Is it sane? Is it possible? Still I ask myself, are we, am I? Our game, it's not logical, but you contemplate, are we, am I?
It is a rainy, cold day in early October in Toronto. And the Toronto Blue Jays are still playing baseball. And what a privilege that is for us. That means this team is going deeper and deeper into the postseason. And everyone, that is a darn good thing. It is fall, Jacqueline K. It is fall. Nicole B says it was 20 degrees today. Yeah, it was pretty mild temperature for this early October, but it's fall and the Jays are still playing. That is a great thing. I hope if you've been here all along on these streams, you are wearing the same thing you wore on Saturday. I hope you haven't done laundry since then, because it has brought us good luck. The Jays haven't lost so far in this postseason. I'm still rocking the same jersey I was on Saturday, so I hope you're still pulling for these Jays and have all of your good luck charms going tonight. The Jays are going for the sweep. Actually, I don't. I should go get a broom. I should get a broom just in case. Okay, everybody give me a second. I'm going to get a broom. Is this a bad omen if I get a broom? Chat, do I go grab a broom or is that bad luck? because I feel like I should have the broom just in case. But I don't know if that's bad omen if I go get the broom yet. We have a giant pack of gifted memberships from Jean-Sebastian Waugh to start the stream. Oh my goodness. Does that earn an ole? Jean-Sebastian Waugh gifted 50 SDPN memberships to start the stream. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you received one of those memberships, please thank Jean-Sebastian for that. Wow. Everybody's saying, no, don't get the broom. It's too late for the broom. Tyler Work says, if you haven't had the broom for the first two, don't get one now. Have it on standby, but don't get it. Okay, I won't get the broom. Everybody's saying don't get the broom. Oh, my goodness. It is. Okay, the chat says no. The chat says no to the broom, so we won't get the broom. We will leave the broom. It's over in the other room. I'll leave the broom there. I'll leave the broom there. The SDPN, who is modding the SDPN account tonight? Is that Justin or Robert on there? Shout out the mods tonight. That does earn a member of the Dancing Animal Squad. The giraffe is out to play nice and early because of those gifted memberships. Is he whipping? It's a whipping nay-nay by the giraffe. Whip, Betty nay-nays. That's awesome. No broom, just the DOS. Thank you for hanging out. We are a couple minutes, 5-ish minutes from first pitch here in Yankee Stadium. Francois LaBelle says, get the broom. That is a super chat by Francois. Justin says that he is on the chat from the SDPN account today. So if the SDPN account is being all salty and mean to you, it's Justin. It's Justin's fault. So heads up for that. First pitch, as I said, goes in here in about 3 minutes now. It's 8:05. Looking at the batting orders for today, the Yankees did the Yankees do their research? Did the Yankees do their research this afternoon when picking their lineup? Because the Yankees have a lot of lefties in their lineup, and obviously Shane Bieber's on the mound for the Toronto Blue Jays. But Shane Bieber has backward splits. So he's super effective against left-handed hitters. So we will see how that works out for the Yankees. That's actually a really great thing for the Blue Jays that they got a bunch of lefties in there. John says, don't touch the broom. Don't touch the effing broom. I'm going to pull up the stat here from Sportsnet Stats on Shane Bieber's left-handed batters numbers. Sportsnet Stats tweeted, Blue Jays Shane Bieber held left-handed batters to a 156 batting average this season. That is absurd. They're hitting 156 against Shane Bieber. So it's good that the Yankees here today got their lefty bats in there because Shane Bieber will be able to handle that. Blue Jays lineup, couple changes as John Schneider likes to do, likes to make a bunch of changes there. Did we get more gifted memberships? Just that super chat from John. Awesome. Springer, Schneider, Guerrero lead off against Carlos Rodon. We got Kirk, Varsho, then Ernie Clement. Santander's out in right field. Kiner, Falefa, Jimenez are the 8-9 hitters. Everybody is taking the field here. We're moments away from first pitch. The Blue Jays are going for the sweep. Looking to get back to the American League Championship Series against either Seattle or Detroit. Thank you to Katarina's Garage. Thank you to Katarina's Garage for gifting 1 SDPN membership. We appreciate all of the SDPN memberships that are gifted. I'm going to look up the Jays in 2016 and how that postseason went, because that can be the last time that the Jays were this deep in the playoffs. And I got to refresh my memory on how this thing went. How many games did they lose that series to? Why can't I pull this up easily? Let's see here. Does anybody have the number of games the Jays lost the American League Championship Series in 2016? American League Championship Series 2016. Oh, here we go. There's the Wikipedia page. It was 4-1 against the, at that time, Cleveland Indians. Now the Guardians. I forgot it was that lopsided. Yeah. It was a 4-1 win by Cleveland. Oh, my goodness. Thank you, chat. Thank you, chat, for filling me in. Yeah, everybody's got that now. Oh, we got gifted memberships by Wes. Shout out Wes. A little confetti for Wes. Wes Richard. We are ready for first pitch. The Blue Jays have the opportunity tonight to get back to the American League Championship Series for the first time since 2016, where they lost in 5 games to Cleveland. First pitch, swing and a miss by George Springer. We are underway in the Bronx. If you've never been to Yankee Stadium, I got to recommend it. The area around Yankee Stadium, not great. Yankee Stadium itself, beautiful. They built that thing like a cathedral. It really is. It gives the aura of more, it gives the aura of this is the home of the New York Yankees, the storied franchise and all that. You can really feel it when you're walking around New Yankee Stadium. The concourses are massive. It's like walking through an airport hangar when you're like trying to get your when you're entering there into Yankee Stadium. It's just huge. And then they got the long pillars and the columns. It's here's a long ball by George Springer that just gets foul. Oh my goodness. Pulled that one just left of the foul pole out in left field. Little more right, that thing might be gone. 2-2 in the count here. We got John Christian super chatting that says, remember when Bauer's drone hurt his finger? That was a thing that happened. George Springer strikes out. Little trumpet action. That is a strikeout to start the game by George Springer. Rodon starts the game with a strikeout. Trevor Bauer back in 2016 had to leave the game early due to a finger that couldn't stop bleeding because he injured it in a drone accident, I believe is the abridged story. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the short of it. Davis Schneider's at the plate. 1-1 in the count for Schneider on Rodon. 1 out here in the inning. George Springer struck out swinging. Schneider fouls one off. Thank you, everybody who's here. Thank you if you were here on Saturday and or Sunday. Thank you if this is your first time. It's going to be a good time tonight. Vote in our polls. Hit like on the video. We appreciate every like that we get. It's a small thing that you can do, but it means a lot to us. Davis Schneider at the plate is able to work the count to 3-2. 3-2. The payoff pitch is coming up by Rodon after a quick batter timeout. Yes, y'all do gotta smash that like button. That ball on that 3-2 count barely missed. And David Schneider with a fantastic piece of hitting is able to generate a walk. And the Blue Jays start the game with 1 out. And then David Schneider walks on ball 4 by Rodon. And they have a man on first base for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Could we get this thing started early? The crowd at Yankee Stadium is booing Vladdy. Karan says, I wonder if they're going to intentionally walk Vladdy every time. Schneider made that impossible this time. He took up first base, and they're not going to intentionally walk Vladdy and put somebody in scoring position at this moment. So Vladdy's got to be at the plate. They're going to pitch around him. They're going to be light, but this dude is on fire. He's 6 for 9 in these 2 games with 2 home runs, including that giant grand slam on Sunday. Let's see if Vladdy can go 7 for 10 here. He works the count 2-0 to get this thing started. Let's see what Vladdy can do. Let's see what Vladdy can do with this pitch. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. gets this thing started. Deep left center field. We picked up right where we've left off. That ball's gone. No way. Vladdy starts the series 7 for 10. 3 home runs. First inning. 2-run bomb. Deep left center in Yankee Stadium. Your Toronto Blue Jays are up 2-0. They can't pitch to him. They can't pitch to him. You are better off walking Vladdy, putting 2 people on. Oh my goodness. No one has ever been as hot as Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Someone call the fire department. If you got your cell phone in front of you right now, call your local fire department and tell them that Vladdy is on fire in New York. Gosh darn. And amongst all of that chaos, Wes Richard gifted 5 SDPN memberships. Oh my goodness. You could, as soon as he swung, you could see the smile on my face. That thing was gone. Oh my gosh, Jean-Sebastian Waugh super chatted for $50. This is unreal. You are unbelievable. That earns a little bit more of Olay. Jean-Sebastian says, click like, click subscribe, and tell all your friends or I'll show up at your house and make sure you do it myself. Unreal. Thank you for that super chat. Apologies for my voice. First of all, I'll get that out of the way. Apologies for my voice. It's been a long 2 games of talking nonstop for 3 hours, and I'm just hoping it holds up through this one. So if I am a pain in your ears today for this scratchiness, I apologize. I'm going to try and keep it all lubricated in my esophagus for you. James says, gotta see how John Boy's stream is going after that. Yeah, those Yankee fans can't be feeling good right now. Honestly, I gotta have the best 3-game stream streak going in SDPN history. Like, Stone Flossard says right there, we're going to ground out by Kirk to third base. Kirk's thrown out at first base for the second out of the inning. That is Alejandro Kirk grounding out to Ryan McMahon. 2 outs. I got to say, I don't think there's ever been 3 straight streams like this where the vibes have been this immaculate. Like, it has been so much fun watching this team. Even when they were up 11-0, and then they pulled the A Savage, and I know you Leafs fans in the chat who are also Jays fans got all freaked out about how they're going to lose it, and how John Schneider is doing the wrong thing. They're going to choke this thing away. I always maintained my faith in this ball club because all they have brought me this year is joy. This is a fun baseball team, and now that Vladdy is hitting in an otherworldly way, it's just nonstop fun. We're getting the 3rd out of the inning here. Dalton Varsho strikes out on a slider. Dalton Varsho strikes out on a slider to end the top of the 1st inning. But that strikeout comes after Vladimir Guerrero Jr. The Jays' $500 million superstar puts the Jays up 2-0. And if you've been here before, you know what we are about to do. We are going to experience this thing in Game Day 3D together. Class, pay attention, because this thing is going so deep. All right, let's see if this Game Day 3D can load all the players. Oh, my gosh. No! No, it looks like Game Day 3D is not ready with it yet. Okay, the home run's too soon. Yeah, the home run's too soon. It hasn't loaded. It's on Chase Field, home of the Arizona Diamondbacks. It doesn't even have the right game loaded yet. MLB.com, get your stuff together. We were going to watch Vladdy, but we can't, so I'm just showing you the Arizona Diamondbacks field. Chase Field is what it's called. This is what it looks like. Let's take a tour of Chase Field. Yeah, this is Chase Field from the batter view. Let's take a look at the dugouts are over there. There's the on-deck circles. Looks really nice. We got a lot of fans in the building today. The roof is open, so Chase Field actually has a retractable roof just like Rogers Center. So that thing folds out like a curtain there. It rolls across. But this isn't Vladdy's home run. So that's what we're doing here. Let's get back to the regular view. All right. Shout out Rick Robitaille. Rick Robitaille, if you missed anything, you missed Vladdy's home run. Yanaki is late. They say, what's happening? You've missed a home run. We will wait for that Game Day 3D of Vladdy's home run to materialize, and we will watch that thing together. Let me see if it's reloaded. I'm refreshing the page. It should be good now. Hey, there we go. Just took them a second. Let's go. Okay. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., top of the 1st inning. The Yankees don't know what to do with this ball player. So I'm just going to make myself a little smaller here so we can get more of Vladdy doing this thing. So I'm going to go there. I'm going to get rid of that. And we are going to look at this thing go all the way out to deep left field. Rodon pitches. Vladdy swings. As soon as he hit it, he knew. As soon as he hit it, he knew. Look how far that thing is going. I love to see Vladdy pimp a home run. Unreal. One more time before we get back to the action. We'll do it from the action view here. Here's Vladdy swinging a drive. Back left field over the fence. You see it there land just in front of the bullpen there. Or just in the bullpen there, sorry. Vladdy with his arms up. Unreal. Let's go. All right, we're back. Game's back. We are in the bottom of the 1st inning. Shane Bieber is on the mound, and he's already gotten Trent Grisham to ground out, and there's 1 out in the bottom of the 1st. If you weren't here off the top, I was talking about how the Yankees must not have done any prep on Shane Bieber because he does great work against left-handed hitters, and the Yankees have like half their lineup as lefties. So Bieber fever should be at an all-time high today. He should be pitching real well against this lineup. We will see how that materializes, but I got high hopes for this game. I got high hopes for a sweep here. Aaron Judge is at the plate. Bieber's ahead 0-1. And then Aaron Judge singles to center field. Varsho runs over, and Aaron Judge is on first base. That's why the Jays build a lead. So you're not worried about these moments because they already got a lead. So Judge is on first, and Cody Bellinger is at the plate. Cody Bellinger, first pitch of the at-bat, flies out to Dalton Varsho in center field, and there are 2 outs in this inning. That ball was hit so high, and Dalton Varsho is able to get right under it, keep Aaron Judge at first base. Shane Bieber retires 2 batters so far in this inning. Next up in the Yankees lineup is Ben Rice, the first baseman of the New York Yankees, the left-handed hitting first baseman of the New York Yankees, who pulls a changeup. And there's an error by IKF, who can't get Ben Rice. That is so unlike IKF. Oh, no. Ben Rice. Oh, it hits him right in the chest. Can't pick it up. Oh, that doesn't feel right. IKF's such a sure-handed fielder. He's in there because of his defensive abilities. That should have been the end of the inning. Oh, no. That should have been the end of the inning, and now Bieber has to face Giancarlo Stanton. We go from the third out of the inning, an easy ground ball to second base and a toss to first, to Bieber on Stanton. But Bieber is ahead in the count 0-2. We'll see how this thing plays out. Stanton is always dangerous. Slider is thrown for a ball here. Back-to-back sliders in this count. Throws another one that's just out of the zone. That's a knuckle curve. 83, low and away. 1-2 in the count. That was fouled off by Stanton. Fingers are crossed here for a strikeout. Fingers are crossed here that IKF does not have to wear that in this inning on his fielding. There's a knuckle curve that's hit into left field by Giancarlo Stanton. That's in play, and the Yankees are going to score 1 run on this as the runner on second rounds third. That's Aaron Judge coming home at the plate. The Yankees get 1 back in this inning after IKF can't handle a ground ball. Giancarlo Stanton hits the ball into left field. Davis Schneider rallies it in, and Aaron Judge scores. Ben Rice is now on second. You can't be really mad at that pitch, right? That was a good pitch. But I guess it wasn't low enough. That knuckle curve that was down in the zone, he's got to get that a little lower. At that speed where that was let me just check this here, 83 mile an hour knuckle curve. when you're ahead in the count like that, where it was 1-2 in the count, you don't want to throw something there that Stanton can get the barrel on, and that's what happened. The pitch location could use some work there from Bieber. Jazz Chisholm's at the plate, and it's 3-0 in the count. Bieber falls behind Chisholm 3-0 in the count after allowing that run on that single from Stanton. We are in trouble here, chat. Chat, how are your nerves feeling? The Yankees haven't shown any life in this series so far, and all of a sudden, the bottom of the first inning, I can feel the Yankees fans getting excited, and I can feel these Yankees bats warming up. As Roberto says, we cannot be giving them 4 outs in an inning. No. This lineup's tough enough. You don't need to be doing this. You don't need to be doing this team any favors. It's 3-2 now. 2 out. 1 run already home. Can Shane Bieber get out of this bottom of the first inning that is surprisingly took a very tense turn? We were feeling so good up 2-0 on the Vladdy home run, and all of a sudden, I'm feeling some nerves here watching this. I don't want Chisholm to do anything hurt this team. I just need Bieber to throw a strike here and get out of this inning. I just need Bieber to throw a strike here. 3-2, 2 out. What do we got? We got a ball hit to Davis Schneider out there in left field. It is caught. We are out of the inning. Thank goodness. Woo! Shane Bieber is able to get out of that inning. Well done. Well done, everybody. That was a little too much. That was a little too much. As Robert Malloy in the chat says, could have been worse. I'm very happy to end that inning only allowing 1 run. That was good to get that fly out to left field by Jazz Chisholm. Loved it. He was behind in that count 3-0. Let's admire that piece of pitching there, right? Let's spend a second on our boy Shane Bieber, who was behind Jazz Chisholm 3-0 in that count. Worked it all the way back up to 3-2, then threw him a very difficult fastball at 3-2 and got out of that inning. Shout out Denise one time. Denise needs some good thoughts, chat. Denise needs good vibes and good thoughts. So I'm gonna throw up the member of the DOS, the panda. DOS member pandas on the Blue Jays logo. Denise is having dental surgery tomorrow. Dental surgery is not fun. Nobody likes when somebody's in your mouth for that long with power tools. That's a tense situation, just like facing Jazz Chisholm in a 3-2 count at Yankee Stadium. So send some good vibes to Denise for her dental surgery that's happening tomorrow. James with the super chat. Vladdy's been wicked lately at first. Why remove him? Vladdy's at first, right? Springer's DHing. Vladdy's at first. We're good. We're good, James. We're good. We got Karen wants phrasing. No. I will phrase things however I want. Chat, let me know how you're feeling about this game. Justin, if you can send along any poll results, I don't have them up. So send those along. We can get the chat's feeling on any polls you set up there for them to vote on. NHL season starts today. Ricky Richards says, watching my second ever baseball game at the start of the NHL season. What the heck am I doing? And what you are doing is enjoying an incredible Jays run. It is not often that the Blue Jays get to play into the second week of October. This team could push this thing to the third, to the fourth week of October. Who knows? So that's why you are tuned in, because this team is so much fun, and they are not the Leafs. 2-1 is the score. Ernie Clement is behind in the count 0-2, fouling off a couple pitches. James corrects his mistake. Why did I think IKF was at first? My bad. All good. All good. Katarina, thank you. Thank you. Katarina with the reminder of the water break. And while I am taking a water break, Ernie Clement takes that fastball. It bounces over to Ben Rice, who cannot beat Ernie Clement to the bag. That is hustle baseball. Kids, that is why you always hustle down the line. That is why you always run it out. You can't stop. We got a super chat here. I was still calm during Game 7 when the Panthers were up 3-0. I can be calm when the Jays are up 2-1. Shout out Austin. That's the right attitude to have. That's how you do it right there. Santander now at the plate, playing in right field. Moving him all over the diamond. Miles Straw usually plays there. But Santander, they want that bat in there. Santander was in left field in Game 1. He was in the dugout in Game 2. And then Game 3 now, he's in right field. It must be good for John Schneider to have all of these bats to use and move people all over the lineup. It's definitely an advantage for the Jays here. So we'll see what Santander can do here with his opportunity in this game. He's behind in this count 1-2. John says, is baseball always this stressful? Yes. I can wax poetic about the beauty of baseball all day long. Because at any moment, every single pitch matters. It's such a different watching experience than hockey, where the action is kind of always going on. With baseball, it's every single time that ball is thrown over the plate, this could be the moment. You know, and when the games are close, that intensifies. And with hockey, it's constant, and then you never know when that snap is going to happen. But with baseball, it's like every single time a pitch is thrown, and everything builds up, and then that pitch is thrown. And then with hockey, it's just all kind of going on at once, and then chaos breaks through the action. So completely different watching experiences, all good for different reasons. Santander flies out to Anthony Volpe there at short. Skies it. Volpe goes out to shallow left field, gets under it, catches it. Santander's out. Clement stays on first. John says, Robert with a great point. There's so much time to breathe in baseball, it's terrifying. Yeah, you sit here and every pitch, it's like, that could be it. That could be it. And it's just all stress the whole time. It's a great sport. If you're just falling in love with baseball through this Jays run, thank you for checking it out. If you're a lifetime baseball fan, thank you for being here. Like, you know the ups and downs of this game and are here to enjoy it with me. John says, Jesse, what's your best pitch and fastest throw? I got a baseball with me right here. I played baseball as a kid growing up, just at like rep baseball till I was like a teenager, and then I stopped because I was a silly teen. I didn't throw like a whole set of pitches. I used to throw a knuckle curve, which was like this. This is how I would throw my knuckle curve along the bottom of the seams there, like that. And then I had a slider. I would throw my slider along these middle seams here, and then I flick my wrist like that. And then my four seam was for a long time along these four seams, and then I'd throw a two seam along there. So those are my four pitches that I would throw as a kid. We got a fly out, which is at a play, foul, IKF. Count is 2-2, foul ball. Ernie Clement still on first base, 1 out in this inning. IKF at the plate. IKF with the error last inning, not great. We got James with a super chat. The only way baseball throws me off is in hockey. I have a 16 to 8 minute intermission to get food and go to the bathroom. In baseball, I'm basically stuck. Yeah, no intermission here. We just go straight. Like, it's such a different streaming experience too, as opposed to like when I'm doing the Leafs games or whatever game we're doing, it's Four Nations or whatever it is, just the hockey games. I get a break for like 10 minutes or whatever because we'll play a clip. It's intermission. You get 2 breaks. You go 20 minutes, or it's like 25 minutes with the pauses and everything. You get a 5-minute, 10-minute break, play a clip, do another 25 minutes, get another break, and then you do the rest of the game. Baseball, we just stream, baby. 3 hours straight. Like, imagine this was old baseball where the games were like 4 hours and 3 hours. Oh, IKF flies this ball again out to Volpe. That's the second out of the inning. Back-to-back shallow left field grabs by Anthony Volpe. One important note here by Justin in the chat. 40 pitches already for Rodon. We are through 1 2/3 innings. We're not out of the second. And the Blue Jays, who have been doing this all series long, especially on Sunday, where they got Max Fried out of there real quick. They know how to work a count. They know how to foul off pitches. They know how to get walks, as we saw Davis Schneider did, and then he scored on that Vladdy home run. This pitch count is running up for Rodon. He's already at 42 in the second inning. That is great piece of hitting. Great note, Justin. Oh, that hits him. That hits Jimenez. That grazed him. And the Yankees are looking to challenge this call. Are they bringing it back? It looked like it hit him cleanly. Oh, they're challenging. They're challenging. They're challenging. They're showing the replay there. So Jimenez. Oh, I don't know if it was hit. Wes Richard says favorite baseball player names: Coco Crisp and Rusty Coons are top tier for me. Coco Crisp is an all-timer. That is a good baseball name. I don't know if I got better than Coco Crisp. Do you guys think that hit Andres Jimenez? I don't know if there's enough there to overturn it. To me, it doesn't look like it hits him on the naked eye, but I feel like the umpire must have heard something. Like the sound here is probably... The sound is probably what you're going to get the most information from, because that video doesn't do anything for me. Like, that doesn't show that he hit it. Raleigh Fingers, says Benjamin Bourne. If you got good baseball names, let me know. Always love a good baseball name, and Wes Richard has a great chat question. Great baseball names across history. Let me know. After a review, the ruling on the field stands. Jays have 2 men on base second and first. George Springer at the plate with the opportunity to extend this lead. We are looking for the Jays to run this score up on the Yankees, and it's not going to get done here. George Springer with a high pop fly to Ben Rice at first base. Does not go very far. Opportunity, man in scoring position, squandered. That is the end of the inning for the Toronto Blue Jays and the New York Yankees. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Blue Jays continue to lead 2-1 in this game. Let's get to your great baseball names. I feel like I should have kitschy game show music. What? Okay, hold on a second. Let me see if I got kitschy game show music. No, that's Gumdrops. Gumdrops doesn't suffice. No, it doesn't suffice. Elevator? Oh, yeah, no, I can do this. We can do this. As we take a break in the action, we check in with the people and their favorite baseball names. We have a super chat here from Ray Adlington, who says, Spaceman Lee and Oil Can Boyd. Great pitcher names. Michael also super chats. Thank you to both of you. Old Hoss Radbourne and his 600 innings in his... Is that real? Is that real? Old Hoss Radbourne? 600 innings in a season? That's ridiculous, Michael. Michael, I need a follow-up if that's facts or if you're just pulling my leg. Hydration check. Thank you. Elevator music's over. Hey, Niall Booznine. Niallum Booznine. I can't say your username, but you say Rognid Odor was one of my favorite names in Texas. In Texas, his song was just an air raid siren. We don't talk about Rognid Odor in these parts of town. That is our mortal enemy number one in Blue Jays land. How dare he punch Jose Bautista? And by the way, Bautista wasn't fazed at all. To relitigate that punch 9 years later, he needs to work on his form. Because Jose took that on the chin and was not fazed and popped back up. Don't you dare bring Odor's name to this chat. Justin just messaged me and said, I might ban you from the chat for bringing up Rognid Odor. Wow. Justin, that's a little harsh. Ryan McMahon flies out to Dalton Varsho in center field. Shane Bieber starting the inning off with a quick out on the first pitch of the inning. Well done. That's deep in center field. Oh, my goodness. But Varsho gets under it. Okay, so we have a follow-up here on that incredible pitcher. Michael says he actually pitched 678 pitches in the 1884 season. That's Hoss Radbourne. Pitched nearly 700 pitchers in the 1800s. Innings, in the 1800s. Nearly 700 innings. That is ridiculous. Charlie Furbush. Is that something? Shout out OG Lion, who's here for Jessa Blake and staying to see the Jays win. We are all rooting for a sweep tonight Volpe's at the plate. It's 1-2. Bieber is ahead in the count. Let's see what Shane Bieber can do here. Shane Bieber. Quick work in this inning. That's the second out of the inning. Anthony Volpe strikes out. And that bat, where did it go? Right into the Blue Jays dugout? Oh my goodness. Volpe loses control of his bat. They're showing the replay of where it lands. It's off the screen and down into the Blue Jays dugout. And Volpe strikes out in embarrassing fashion. Austin Wells is now at the plate. Bieber's retired the first two batters very quickly. Only 24 pitches on the afternoon for Bieber. 0-2 in the count to Austin Wells. He's making quick work here at the bottom of the order for the Yankees. The number 9 hitter, Wells, at the plate. Let's see if we can retire one more and get through 2 innings unscathed here. 0-2 again. 0-2. Outside ball changeup. Changeup ball. The bat did indeed say yeet. Volpe's bat said yeet. Austin Wells is working his way back into the count here. We got a 2-2 count. Stubby Clap. 88 laser beam. Stubby Clap. All-time name here. Bieber 2-2 pitch on Austin Wells. And that, chat, is the end of the second inning. That is a strikeout by Shane Bieber on Austin Wells. He gets him swinging on a ball low in the dirt. That is a knuckle curve in the dirt that Austin Wells strikes right through. Let's do a little Yankees Game Day 3D while we have a break in the action as we go from the bottom of the second inning to the top of the third. So I'm going to bring this up for all of you right now. Boom. This is Stanton's single. After IKF's error, you see Bieber on the mound there. Look at this. They have Stanton's at his batting stance pretty down. Look at that. That's fun. That's not a good angle. Okay. Let me see if I can do this. Fan control. How do I zoom? Oh, okay. I can zoom like that. Oh, that's terrible. This is so hard to control. I'm sorry if I'm giving anybody vertigo. Okay. There's Stanton. There's Giancarlo. Look at that stance. Look at that stance. And that's pretty good. Pretty good game day. You got that kind of down. So Stanton here, you're going to watch him single out into left field and drive in the Yankees run. He's able to get his barrel on this ball. I was talking earlier about how Bieber's got to do a better job of where he puts this thing. I wish the catcher would get out of the way. Can Alejandro Kirk please get out of the way? I wanted to show you where this ball was. I can't really turn around. This is from this view. Okay, so I'm going to do this view. Oh, there we go. It's not bad. So you see how it's kind of up in the zone? It just, you got to get that lower. He was 1-2 in the count. 1-2 in this count. You can't be throwing that pitch there and giving that Stanton that opportunity to get the barrel on the bat there. He's able to get it right by the shortstop and the third baseman. We get Aaron Judge rounding the bases with his giant body coming down and scoring this run standing up. And that is Stanton's single. I'll play it in real time for you here. We'll go to the action cam so you can see it all play out. There's his single. There's Aaron Judge rounding the bases. There's the throw into the cutoff man. And the Yankees score their first run of the game. Everybody goes back to their positions. Oh, I don't know why they got this extra little time here. Just watching Bieber get the ball back. I should watch the whole game like this. That'd be fun. But alas, we go back to our game. All right. I believe we have... we have Karen saying, I'm getting sick. I'm sorry. I apologize. We have Michael saying, game-winning RBI has video where he makes an MLB roster of funny name guys. Ooh, I got to watch that one. That's good. I would love an all-time funny names Major League Baseball team, because you could build like a competent baseball team because there's been so many funny names. Like, what's the best baseball team you could make out of strictly funny names? We have Davis Schneider at the plate here in the top of the third inning. Let's reset. Let's have a hydration check. Thank you, Robert. Hydration check with Davis Schneider at the plate. It is 1-2, 1-2 in the count. Let's see what Let's see what Schneider can do with this thing. Davis Schneider hits the ball to left field on a line. He's going to make his way into second base here. Right over the third baseman's head. Davis Schneider makes it into second, standing up. That's a leadoff double by Babe Schneider. And Carlos Rodon and Aaron Boone are scared. The Yankees are terrified of Vladimir Guerrero Jr. They refuse to pitch to our slugger. They put him on first base. Blue Jays got 2 men on. None out. Babe Schneider on second. Vladdy on first. Vladdy 7 for 10 in this series. Why pitch to him? Already got a home run today. If you missed it, it was a bomb out to left field. Oh, Alejandro Kirk starts this at bat off with a bad swing. Bad swing by Kirk there. Yes, Galaxy Gaming is called an intentional walk. You can intentionally walk guys. Back in old baseball time, for us olds, do you remember when they would have to throw the 4 pitches? They used to throw the 4 balls. The catcher would stand up. He would stand to the side, and they would literally throw the 4 balls for the intentional walk. Now, they just declare an intentional walk, and then the batter goes to first base. I miss those days. I miss those days of throwing the 4 pitches because you'd get some funky stuff. You'd get some guys who were like trying to throw the bat at the ball, trying to hit it, trying to jump out of the zone that way. Some trick intentional walk pitches. So guys would, Alejandro Kirk is flying the ball out to right field. Aaron Judge gets under it. It's a line drive, throws it back in. There's 1 out in the inning. That is 1 out in the inning. And Alejandro Kirk is out. So we have now Dalton Varsho, who is also one of the hottest hitters in this Blue Jays lineup, at the plate. In this series, he struck out in his first at-bat, but in this series, he's hitting .677. That is his batting average. He has a 236 OPS. Ridiculous. Like 2.367 OPS. Ridiculous. Not just like like the extra decimal. The 4 digits OPS. Sherwin says Prince Fielder hitting a bomb on an intentional walk. That did happen. That did happen. Let's see what Varsho can do here. Oh, skies it out. It is dropping. It's dropped. But will they get the out? Davis Schneider is going around. He did not stop running. That's a run for the Blue Jays. That is New York Yankees fielding right there. The Yankees throw the ball into second base when Davis Schneider is rounding third. We have Cody Bellinger. Let's hold on this a second. Back up, people. Beep, beep, beep. We're backing up. Cody Bellinger drops the ball out in left field. Davis Schneider was breaking for third. He slips on his way to third, and as he looks back, going to third base, he sees Cody Bellinger throwing the ball into second base. That was the wrong move because you had a man breaking for home in Schneider. Schneider scores cleanly. Jays go up 3-1. My goodness, a lot happened on that play. Ernie Clement fouls that one off. It's 0-2 in the count. My goodness. That is Yankees defense. That is the Yankees defense Buck Martinez talked about. Buck Martinez. Buck Martinez. Our hero here in Toronto spoke earlier in the summer about how this Yankees team is not good at anything, and that especially is defense. That Cody Bellinger slide should have been a catch. I don't care. That should have been a catch. He should have had that. And that leads to a mistake in the Yankees relay there. There's a high drive to left field by Ernie Clement. Just foul. That relay throw by the Yankees should have gone to home. That is fundamental baseball. The Yankees aren't good at the fundamentals. That's where they struggle, the little things. And right there, them throwing that ball into second as opposed to throwing it home allows Davis Schneider to score. We have Ernie Clement taking a slider out into left field through the hole. Vladimir Guerrero is rounding third. He slides in. Vladdy's pumped. Jays score again. 4-1, baby. It's 4-1. Superman slide by Vladdy at home. Ernie Clement cashes him in. What a piece of hitting there by Ernie Clement. What a hustle around the bases to test Bellinger's arm by Vladdy. You can see mid-slide. You can see mid-slide. He's screaming and hollering. And he knows he's going to be safe. Unreal, people. Unreal. Mound visit now by the Yankees. The bullpen has arms thrown to it. Sherwin, I will get to your super chat. Sherwin says it wasn't just Buck. Last year, the Dodgers scouting report on the Yanks for the World Series said the same thing. Yes, that was their Achilles heel all World Series long, and the Dodgers knew it. The infield is in. The Yankees are desperate. They can't allow another one. Who's got the broom? Who's got the broom? We had another super chat here by James. Vladdy activated his afterburners. Yes, he did. You absolutely love to see it. The bullpen is up for the Yankees. They have arms warming. Rodon threw 2 1/3 innings has thrown 61 pitches. That is a lot of pitches for this short amount of time we've been live here. Santander's at the plate. The Jays have been hitting these Yankee pitchers all over the diamond all series long. You thought them traveling from Toronto to New York would change a thing, and it hasn't. These bats have remained so hot. Un fuego. Is it un fuego? Somebody give me, what do I put in front of fuego? El fuego? I don't know. I don't speak the language. They've remained on fuego. How about that one? We got another foul off here by Santander. The count's still 1-2. He's keeping himself alive here, working these pitches. Working this count up. Keeping Rodon on his toes. Wes Richard with a super chat of rockets because he's Rocket Wes Richard. Brad K say, who's making it further, Jays or Leafs? Brad, don't make me pick. But if I had to pick, it's this team that is not the Leafs. They are for sure not the Leafs. I've never seen the Leafs dominate a playoff elimination game like this. It's early. It's early. I've been doing the broom talk a little early, but it's looking good right now. 3 runs up. Not even 3 innings down. Wes Richard gifts another 5 memberships. Thank you. I can't even keep up with all the memberships you're gifting, Wes. I appreciate it. Foul ball again by Santander, and this count keeps chasing higher. That ball's hitting to right field. Aaron Judge is coming over to field it. Santander scores Dalton Varsho and Ernie Clement. 2 runs in. It keeps on coming. The runs won't stop. It's raining runs in Yankee Stadium. Rodon, you are Rodon tonight. Oh my goodness! Santander's like, I want in on some of this action. 2 runs in, Jays up 6-1. My goodness! Remember when I told you? Remember when I told you these weren't the Leafs? Remember when I told you Rodon is Rodon? Fernando Cruz get in the game. Carlos Rodon can't get through 3 innings. He can't get through 3 innings because the Jays bats won't stop. Oh my goodness. Wes gifts more memberships. Please thank Wes if you received a membership. John Boy. According to Matt, John Boy just retired the Talking Yanks YouTube channel. Shut that thing down, John Boy. Talking Yanks. Go home, Yanks. Cancun Yanks. I hope they have their private jets ready to get their wheels up from the Bronx to Cancun because they're going home tonight. It's 6-1 through the top of the 3rd. My goodness, these Jays are good. My goodness. We got a little Gripper Nation in the chat. Adam Wild with a big let's go. Logan. Shout out Logan Berube. Is that any relation to Craig Berube? I assume not. Gifts 10 SDP VIP memberships. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Yeah, we got we need a hydration check for this voice. Whoa, baby. I'm telling you, never had a fun 3 days like this on stream ever. It's never been like this in the history of Toronto sports. When have we ever been this dominant? Even the Raptors run had shaky moments. That series against the Bucks was 4-0, and then we got to the finals, and we were like, ooh, Durant's coming back. Uh-oh. You lose game 5, they got to win it in game 6. They didn't get out to 30-0 leads in those NBA games. Addison Barger's in to pinch hit now that Rodon has been Rodoned from this game. Barger's in to pinch hit for IKF. Toronto sports has never seen a Blue Jays team like this century. Toronto sports has never seen a team like this century. Except for the Raptors, who won the championship. This is a spectacular team that runs on domination. They are fueled by Yankee tears. All they see is beach balls out of Yankees pitchers' hands. Those balls, look, are the size of the moon coming off the mound from these Yankees pitchers. Everybody in this lineup is hitting well and seeing the ball cleanly. There isn't a hole 1 through 9. Different Yervin, thank you for the super chat. Rodon got yanked. Rodon did get yanked. I hope Michael K on WFAN or wherever he's broadcasting from right now is at a loss for words for this Yankees team. They're horrible. They're disgusting. They didn't bother showing up to this series. They can't hang with these Toronto Blue Jays. Cruz comes in, though, and strikes out Addison Barger. Foul tip. That's 2 outs in the inning. We got a super chat from Chris that says, I love how they walk Vladdy only for him to just have a highlight reel base running play. Yes. They walked Vladdy into an all-time Superman dive at home plate. That is what you get, New York. That is what you get. They've come into this series and have been outclassed in every single way. In game number 1, they thought it was okay because they had to pitch their 4th starter. They were all tired from the Boston series. We got a ground out here to Jazz Chisholm at second base. That'll end the inning. Andres Jimenez grounds out to Chisholm. That's the 3rd out of the inning, but not before the Blue Jays make it 6-1. Jeff says, drink some water. I will drink water. And then we will get back into the smack talk. SLS with the important news. SLS, I appreciate you. SLS says, Jesse, I know it's the Jays now, but Kyle Connor and the Jets close to an extension according to Freege. $12 million AAV. We're going to deal with Kyle Connor later. I get Kyle Connor making $500,000 less than Connor McDavid is a crazy reality that we live in. What is happening? But I feel like the Jays are priority ahead of Kyle Connor's extension. Let me know if it signs, though, chat. I appreciate you. If you could just let me know when it signs. Joe says, I'm feasting on these Yankee fans' tears. Yes, Joe, you know what's up. Let me get some confetti for your super chat. Looking like no double stream tomorrow. The Leafs play tomorrow. I hope I'm not streaming. Oh, my goodness. The Yankees didn't show up. None of their pitchers showed up. Every single pitcher who's been in this game through all 3 games has not been able to get the Blue Jays out. We worried that at the end of the season, the bats would be dead. Early September, it was a struggle. You know, it wasn't pretty. Vladdy and Kirk were our main culprits in the dead bat club. Kirk got it going in 162 and 161. We were fine. We're like, okay, those home runs did it. He'll enter the playoffs all hot. Vladdy was still cold. He went 1 for 5 in 162. That's not talked about enough. Vladdy was ice cold. Shout out Andre 3000. He was ice cold. And then all of a sudden, when given the opportunity and the moment to rise to the occasion, Vladdy said, I am worth every penny you pay me. I am built for this. I've been raised since I was a child in this Blue Jays system. With my dad playing in Major League Baseball, I'm a Nepo baby. You think I can't handle this? I was signed when I was 16. You think I can't handle a playoff game against the Yankees? And all he's done is hit home runs, and everybody in this lineup has followed his lead. Everybody's hitting. It's incredible to watch. All right. What else super chats we got? Austin says, does SDPN become a baseball network after this? We're all baseball all the time, baby, when the Jays are on. I don't know that other sports exist. Kyle Connor, who are you? Trent Grisham's at the plate facing Shane Bieber, who's only thrown 32 pitches so far in this game. The count is 1-2. Grisham works it back to 2-2, however, right there with a changeup outside of the zone. We got Trevor with another super chat. Thank you for the super chats. Are there more wheels in the world or doors? I'm locked in, Trevor. How dare you? Trevor, we're locked into postseason baseball. The answer is wheels. The answer is wheels. It's not even close. I've heard this question before. It's not even close. It's like, it's not close at all. There's more wheels. Think about everything that has wheels. Like, everything has wheels on it. And then, like, little things have, like, 800 wheels. You know? Like, all the gears and equipment that's made with little wheel things. It's not close. So that's the answer. That's the answer, Trevor. 3-2 count, Grisham and Bieber. 6-1. I don't believe this score. I got to check it. 6-1. Okay, so the Yankees are challenging that Kirk interfered with the batter here. Interesting. They're reviewing for catcher's interference. Yeah. His glove touches the bat, but did Kirk have control of the ball before the bat touched the glove? Will be the ruling, because I think definitively there the bat does touch the glove. So are they going to rule that Kirk had the ball and then the bat touched the glove afterwards, so it's inconsequential contact there, and then no catcher's interference? Or are they going to say, no, Kirk touched the bat, it is catcher's interference? That's what we're waiting on the ruling here. It's 3-2 in the count. Trent Grisham at the plate. Addison Barger came in for IKF at the plate, and then Addison Barger went to third, and Ernie Clement went to second base. So those are the defensive changes for the Jays there, just to get that everybody up to speed here. We got a super chat here from... Oh. The ruling on the field stands. No catcher's interference. Aaron Boone is perplexed. He says, "What do you mean?" and then swears. Wow. The Yankees are out of challenges. Aaron Boone is a buffoon. Can we declare Mr. Boone a buffoon for that challenge and for the way he has his team playing right now? I'm going to get back to that, but first I have a super chat I had to get to. Nilamboos9 says, Nate is your name. I'll call you Nate from now on. Begging forgiveness for mentioning he who shall not be named. Go Jays. Loving this run. Toronto deserves it. We got a base hit into right field. Grisham's going for second. That is a double for the Yankees. Trent Grisham's on second base. None out in the inning. Bottom of the third. Leadoff man on. Nate, you are forgiven. Thank you. You are forgiven, Nate. We all forgive you. I need water desperately. MDD says, sorry, I only sent you hockey cards instead of Blue Jays cards this time, Jesse. I'll send you some nice ones if your Jays make the World Series, I promise. Thank you. Every once in a while, gifts show up, and I'm just so appreciative of them. If you want to send Jays cards, I will accept them. I have some Jays cards that I've collected throughout the years, just like little mementos. There's a foul tip by Aaron Judge. 0-2 in the count here. Now, I thought for a second there, I thought it was a pass ball, and it was actually a foul ball. I got a little scared there. Judge fouls that one off. It's 1-2 in the count now with a slider away that just misses for a ball. Oh, it's close. We have Adam here. We have Adam here saying the right thing, and that's we need some likes. We need some likes on. Oh, we got a pass ball now. Oh, my goodness. I thought that other one was a pass ball. Next one's a pass ball, an actual pass ball, as Trent Grisham goes to third. Aaron Judge is in the count 2-2. And Aaron Judge hits a ball deep left field. That's going to get down. Davis Schneider is over there to get it. Trent Grisham is going to score. That ball thankfully did not go over the wall. Judge is into second base. The Yankees have closed the gap by 1 here in the bottom of the third inning, making it 6-2 Toronto. None out. Bieber on the mound. Judge on second. Trent Grisham scoring. That was a good piece of hitting by Aaron Judge there. That was a changeup that was left in the wrong position by Bieber. I got to tell you, I've not been happy with the placement of his off-speed stuff. When Bieber's been hit, it feels like it has consistently been on his off-speed pitches. They've been left a little up here. They haven't been Isaac Kiner Falefa, but they've been kind of left up here in this game here. I'm looking back on some of the hard hit balls that were hit earlier by the Yankees. The pitch that Stanton hit was a knuckle curve. You remember that one was left a little over the plate. Cody Bellinger here. Cody Bellinger singles to center field. Aaron Judge, though, holds at third as that was a little bloop that Varsho just could not get to. Another Yankees runner is on the base, and we are getting a mound visit by the Jays so we can cool the jets here on this Yankees rally. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, so I got to get to the Super Chats here. While I'm getting the Super Chats, hit like on this video. We got a Super Chat from Cantankerous Games, Inc. Shout out you. Hey, love this, they say. Just discovered SDPN. Watched all the NHL previews. As a Flyers fan, it's going to be a long bleep season. Go Jays. Hey, I appreciate you discovering us. It's cool when we get, because we've been doing this for over 10 years now. We're still getting new people to this, and there's so many people out there. Every day we discover new people. So if you are a new or an old listener, a new or an old member of the channel, new or old watcher of our content, we appreciate you, and thank you for coming along the ride. We got a whole lore that you can learn now. There's so much to learn about us. We have a great community of people. Robert and Justin in the chat can attest to this. We have a great bunch of people who watch our content. That's like the thing we're most proud of, is the community we have gathered and the people here who consume our content. So welcome to it. We got a ground ball to Vladdy, and Judge is stuck in a rundown. Vladdy would never get into a rundown. Aaron Judge does, though. And the Jays get the lead runner. Unreal stuff. That is not what a leader does, but Aaron Judge does it here. Judge broke as soon as that ball was chopped to Vladdy, and he was stuck in between. Vladdy does a smart thing, goes to Kirk, runs to cover home, Barger's in his place, tags out Vladdy. Man goes to third base. Hitter goes to first on the single during the rundown. Well done, Jays, getting that lead runner. Round of applause. A lot is happening this game. Holy cow. This has been an unreal, eventful 2 1/3 innings. Holy cow. It's the bottom of the third, and it feels like I've lived multiple lives today. James says, per TSN, Vladdy joins Hank Aaron as the only two players in MLB history to have a home run and multiple RBIs in the first 3 games of a series. That is one hell of a stat, James. Stanton swings through one. Jays catch it there. Alejandro Kirk scoops it there. 0-2 in the count. Let's see if Bieber can finish this thing off. Giancarlo Stanton does what he wants to do here with this at-bat and skies one out to Dalton Varsho at center field, and Dalton Varsho tracks back but is able to get under it. And Cody Bellinger tags at third and comes home to bring this lead down to 3. The Yankees are in this thing. It is 6-3 Toronto. I've been complaining about the off-speed pitches by Shane Bieber and how hard they've been hit. Stanton again taking an off-speed pitch that's low and getting contact on it, solid contact on it. This time it was a slider that was low and away, and he's able to barrel it out to Dalton Varsho, who catches it 400 feet away from home plate. Jazz Chisholm is now at the plate with an 0-1 count, 2 out in the inning. Yankees have scored 2 in this inning so far after the Jays put up 4 in the top of the third inning. Let's see if Shane Bieber can retire Chisholm here to put this thing to rest and not allow the Yankees to do any more damage here this inning. Need some water. 5 gifted memberships here. I don't even want to say your name. Franklin. Franklin gives 5 memberships. James says, Cantankerous needs taught the Tony Hand lore. Yes, yes. As a new member of this community, you must learn about Tony Hand. Tony Hand is a must learn if you're going to hang around STPN content. Trevor says, I expect him to be in Shane the rest of the way. Thank you, Trevor. Thank you, Trevor, for the super chat. Oh, no. Hold on a second. What is this? Look at this thing. Look at this thing. That's a ball. That is what... see that 5th pitch? See that 5th pitch that is clearly in the zone? That number 5 pitch that is in the zone by like a couple inches is ruled a ball by the home plate umpire. Disgusting. Disgusting behavior by the home plate umpire. Shane Bieber's night is done. Shane Bieber is done for tonight. Mason Fluharty is coming into the game. John Schneider has seen enough. John Schneider has seen enough. The Blue Jays are going to the left-handed throwing Mason Fluharty. Sorry. I need just a sip of water. Thank you. As Bailey says, it is flu season. It is Mason flu season. Fluharty's coming into the game. The Blue Jays got robbed there. That's a ridiculous call by Bieber, and it leads him to leave the game. Let me see what I got here in terms of game day 3Ds. Did we do Santander single? I don't think we did Anthony Santander single that got the Jays a couple runs in the top of the 3rd inning. So let's do that. As they have the pitching change, let's look back at the top of this 3rd inning when things were good and Anthony Santander was at the plate. He chased Rodon, who was Rodon after this. Santander singled out to right field, bringing in a couple runs for the Blue Jays. You'll see it here again. We'll change views so we can see the Jays getting this thing done when things were good. Sorry, only 1 run had scored on the... No, 2 runs scored. Yeah. First, 3rd, and 2nd base. You can see there was runners there. The infield was brought in, and Santander singles out to right field. Judge plays it, gets it in, but not until a couple runs score for the Blue Jays. Good little inning there for the Jays. Hi, Aaron Judge. Hi, Aaron Judge. What are you doing out there in right field? Just hanging out? You're really... What are you doing with your arm? Your arm is looking funny there, Judge. All right, so let's get back to the action. We have Mason Fluharty now on the mound. We have a pinch hitter for the Yankees. Rosario's at the plate. Ahmed Rosario's at the plate. Mason Fluharty is ahead in the count, 1-2. We got Trevor saying, give them avian. Yes, that is what we want Mason Fluharty to do. And it's not quite avian, but Ahmed Rosario pops out to Alejandro Kirk here in foul territory, who's able to pop up and get under this ball, throw off the mask, track it right on the Yankees logo, and the Blue Jays end this inning only allowing 2 runs. After all of that, it was only 2 runs. Okay. Super chat. James. You guys you guys are flooding the super chats today. You guys are flooding the super chats today. This one comes from James that says, 2:30 a.m. baseball is a vibe. I don't recommend. I tired. Yes. Yes, I assume you are tired of it's 2:30. Where are you in the world that it's 2:30 right now? Jacqueline, don't laugh at me. Jacqueline, no laughing. We are 6-3. No, nobody heard that. Nobody heard that. Nobody heard that. Justin, edit that out of the live stream. Edit that out of the I don't swear on my live streams. Edit that out. Hydration check for sure. You know what it's time for? I got to the top of the 4th inning. Okay? I got to the top of the 4th inning. Adrian donated $2. Adrian donated $2. It's time for 2 things in honor of Adrian's $2. 1, I need you to like the video. Okay? Let's get serious here. Likes help the channel. And likes aren't hard for you to do. It's easy. All you do is click the little thumbs up right where you're watching right now. There's a lot of you out there watching, and all you got to do is click a little thumbs up. We really appreciate it. Second thing we're going to do, we need a snack check-in. Everybody shh about the swearing, okay? Shh. I didn't swear. I don't swear on my live streams. So that never happened. We need a snack check-in. It's 9:35 on the East Coast in Toronto right now. Let me know what you are enjoying while you are watching Blue Jays baseball. We gotta dive deep into these meals. We gotta make the mouth salivate at your delicious dish that you are sharing with the chat. The chat needs to get real jealous of your meals. Ahmed Rosario comes in at 3rd, remains there after pinch hitting. We have George Springer leading off the top of the 4th inning here. Cruz is still on the mound. Let's check in with your food. Sweet potato fries. Jesse Adlington has. I love me some sweet potato fries. Joran is eating Reese's Pieces. Grim 5400 is eating Popeyes. Jacqueline K with some corn tortilla chips. I need to buy groceries. Get some real food, Jacqueline. We got Roberto eating a lager. I accept that as well. Eat some lagers if you got a beer in your fridge. Phil, it's Taco Tuesday for Phil. Jam Crew. George Springer strikes out. Swing in there on that 1-2 pitch. 1 out in the inning. George Springer strikes out. Jam Crew says, I just came back from the bar eating Cajun wings. That sounds fabulous. Wes Richard says, does orange creamsicle beer count as a snack? Yes, it does. Davis Babe Schneider at the plate now to face Cruz. We'll see what Babe can do. Sarah's eating some clam chowder in honor of the Boston Red Sox, I assume, and the Yankees being hopefully eliminated tonight. and Boston Red Sox fans everywhere celebrating with some clam chowder. Davis Schneider is 0-1 in the count behind it. And that ball on that four-seam, high, very high, brings the count back to 1-1. All right, let's lock in. Let's lock in here on this Davis Schneider at bat, because next up we got Vladdy. Big time Vladdy. Foul ball again. That was a big swing by Davis Schneider, but he fouled it off. Hunter's eating s'mores. The correct way to pronounce s'mores, if you've never heard s'mores said before, is with a little JAYS. You got to add the SCH in there for s'mores. I'm not arguing with anybody again tonight. I'm not arguing with you. Justin Curry, that's a funny one. Josh says, just crushed 2 peanut butter and jellies at work. I am 5 again. Hey, everybody once in a while needs a little PB&J. Okay? Everybody once in a while. Oh, that's a swinging strike there by Davis Schneider, who strikes out on, what was that, 5 pitches? 5 pitches. Got a strikeout. Davis Schneider, second out of the inning there. Oh, is there a fan on the field? I believe there's a fan. All right, there's a fan on the field, people. Did the DOS get away? Did a member of the DOS get away and run onto the field? Let's check in. Snail is here. Snail did not get onto the field at Yankee Stadium. Snail is indeed still here on this stream. Where is Panda? Panda is here as well. Panda did not get onto the field at Yankee Stadium. Panda is indeed hanging out. Is Giraffe gone? No, Giraffe is here. Giraffe is not on the field at Yankee Stadium. It must be an unruly New Yorker. The DOS are all safe and sound here on this live stream. Kristen Medina. Kristen Medina must be new here. They're not used to the animals. Yes, there are some animals with us today. This is Jacob Chickrun. Oh, Jacob Chickrun, get back here. I have to introduce you to the world. Yes, that is Jacob Chickrun dancing on our logo. Doing a little jig. Oh, that's a good move. Chickrun's got some dance moves right there. It's not quite the whippin' nay-nay that the giraffe can do, but Chickrun's got some style there. The delay in the action is over. We are back to baseball action. Vladdy's at the plate. It's 1-0 in the count. The fan has been removed from the outfield. James says, since Sportsnet won't show us, I'm going to YouTube it later. Yeah, I'm excited to see that like on TikTok or Twitter or somewhere. Somebody got some fan. Hey, Vladdy remains hot. Nobody can get out Vladimir Guerrero Jr. The hottest hitter on planet Earth right now is named Vladdy, and he plays for the Toronto Blue Jays. My goodness. He is 8 for 11 in this series with 3 home runs, 8 RBI. 8 for 11. And that doesn't even include, I think, 2 walks, if my math is correct. 2 walks. No, 1 walk. No. 2 or 1, I forget. Either way, he's 8 for 11, and he's on base again. We are going to have a pitching change by the Yankees. Camilo Doval replaces Fernando Cruz. Aaron Boone is going to the pen again. This is going to be a long night for the Yankees and their pitching staff. We're going to see a lot of relief pitching. Let's check in here with you, the people in the chat. We got Angie with a super chat. Thank you, Angie. Angie, you know what? You've earned some confetti. Angie says, what a week to be in Toronto. I went to game 2, now hanging in my hotel, but I can't pause my TV to line up with Jesse. So what's even better than pausing your TV? Pause me. So if I'm ahead of your TV, pause me, and then I can be in sync. If your TV is ahead of me, then like that's okay. You know, then I'm just reacting a little slow to the action there. But that's all good too, Angie. I appreciate you tuning in with your big week in Toronto. That game too must have been so electric to be at. Our very own Chris Johnston of the Chris Johnston Show on SDPN was at that game as well, and he could not have been more happy to be there for that moment on Sunday. Ellie Nasser says they should have left the fan out there. The Yankees need the help. That is a good one. Do I have a laugh button? I don't know if I have a laugh button. Round of applause? Why don't I have a laugh button? I feel like that would make so much sense. Hold on. Hold on a second. You're telling me after all this time, I don't have a noise that'll just like laugh at something funny? That's crazy. I am shocked at what I've done here, and that is not provide the people with a laugh track. I swear I could have played it before. I've played it before, but I don't think I have that. Oh my goodness. I got to fix that someday. You know what I do have? I have an evil laugh. You know what that is? That's the Thriller laugh, I think. I think that's the Thriller. You know, at the end of Thriller, any Michael Jackson fans out there? At the end of Thriller, when in the music, I don't know if it's in the actual track, but in the music video where that comes through, that's the laugh there. That's that evil laugh. I'll play it one more time. But I don't have a like, haha, that was funny laugh. Here we go. Freiser77 says, Vlad's OPS is 2.9. Yes, I was talking about that earlier. His OPS isn't like, it's over the threshold that it should be. It's not a conceivable OPS. OPSs shouldn't reach that number. That's your on-base plus slugging, by the way, for anybody not familiar. On-base percentage, which is the amount of times you're getting on base, minus your at-bats. And then your slugging percentage, it's a little bit of a trickier formula to calculate. It's the number of bases you get divided by your at-bats, but your bases are worth different. So like a home run is worth 4, and the triple's worth 3 and stuff. And then so you got to do that math, and then you get your slugging percentage, and then you add those numbers together, and then you get your OPS, which is a good barometer for how well a hitter is doing, is basically it. And a 2.9 OPS isn't reasonable. Like, that's not, for anybody not familiar with baseball stats, that's not something that should exist in baseball. So what he is doing right now, by every metric, is otherworldly, if I can speak. It's been a lot of speaking. Alejandro Kirk grounds out a long way across the diamond. The third baseman has to throw to retire Alejandro Kirk and put this top of the fourth to an end here. Ahmed Rosario, who just got into the game, threw that ball all the way across the diamond there. So we end the top of the fourth with no runs scored by the Blue Jays. Vladdy, though, does get on base again. Hydration check, Jeff says I need. Thank you. Hydration check. Volpe, Wells, and Grisham are next. Mason Fluharty, I believe, will stay in the game. I haven't seen any pitching change being made by the Blue Jays just yet. Galaxy Gaming says, thanks for the explanation. All of this numbers are confusing me, and I know my non-hockey friends feel when I talk about numbers in hockey. Yeah, there's a lot of numbers in baseball to catch up on and learn. I'll show you here some of the stats we got going on the MLB Game Day view, if I can pull it up and press these buttons correctly. Let me see. There it is. I'm just going to get myself out of the way. If you'll give me a second. So there's some of the numbers there. There's Vladdy's OPS, currently 2.237. Kirk has a 1,000 OPS. Varsho's 2.327, just behind Vladdy. Springer's an 853. And there you go. So that's one of the key numbers in baseball. It's kind of graduated to the number we go to more so than batting average. The stats community has graduated beyond batting average. It's a flawed stat, to be honest, batting average is. But it's such a traditional one that it's still so widely used. But we've kind of moved past batting average now. So we use OPS. On base percentage, I think it should be like the baseline ahead of batting average. WOBA to me is the king of all stats. If we're talking stats here, I think WOBA is the best baseball stat we have right now. That's weighted on base average. So it's your on base percentage, but the different outcomes and the different factors of baseball are taken into account to calculate your batting average. So there's like a whole formula you got to do. I don't do it. I just look at the number, and that's what WOBA does. But to me, that's the most accurate indicator of how well a hitter is hitting. So yeah, there's a lot of baseball fun stuff you can get into if you're just getting into baseball. And if you're learning about, they're called sabermetrics. If you're learning about sabermetrics, WOBA would be my starting point for just like, hey, how's a batter doing if you're trying to look at those advanced analytics. Volpe's at the plate right now in the bottom of the fourth inning. None out. Mason Fluharty on the mound. 6-3 lead for the Toronto Blue Jays. The count is 1-2 after Volpe fouls off that cutter by Fluharty. We'll see what Fluharty can do with this next pitch being ahead in that count. He's thrown 2 straight cutters to Volpe here, and he gets him swinging on this pitch, which is another cutter to Volpe. Beautiful stuff. That cutter's really working for him in that at-bat. Threw it 3 times. One was a sweeper, that second called strike there. Justin in the chat. Sorry, just reading through some of the chat that I've missed. Justin, running the SDPN account, says, hey, Jesse, what about heart and grit? Yeah, the good old grit stats. I honestly, if we're going to have that debate, if we want to have that debate, I honestly think that there is something to that. You can't just look at stats. People get nervous. And I think people who are blind to the fact that humans play sports and only look at analytics, look at sports the wrong way. There's so much emotion in this. To just say, the numbers say this, and we're going to do this. That's the wrong way to look at it. Most of the time, I side with the numbers. But sometimes I look at things and I say, that guy's a little nervous here. I get he's a professional athlete. I get he's been doing all his life. I understand that. But every moment isn't built the same for a human being. We are just flesh and blood and a head and a brain and a heart at the end of the day. And sometimes these pro athletes playing any sport, one guy might be trying harder than another guy. And even though the stats say something, you need to take into account who that human is. So, as much as I love WOBA, I think you got to lead with stats and then finesse with your intangibles. How about that? There's a middle ground that I think most smart minds in sports think that way too. Oh my gosh, Barger! Barger! He dropped it! Oh no! Addison Barger had it and then lost it in the sky. Apparently, the wind got a hold of that one and blew it out of the way of Addison Barger, but you should have had that one. Austin Wells flies a ball into left field, and that's not your ball. That's not your ball, Addison Barger. That is Davis Schneider's ball. He should be tracking that ball coming in, and you should not be tracking that ball going out. That is a fielding error by Barger. These Blue Jays have built their team on good defensive metrics. That is unlike this team, and you cannot afford those errors against the Yankees. We saw this happen in the first inning. IKF was on second base. He was fielding at second base, and he had an error, and that allowed a run to score for the Yankees. His ground ball would have ended the inning. Now we have Addison Barger committing an error that would have been the second out of the inning, and instead, Austin Wells is on second base with Trent Grisham at the plate. You can't have that in a playoff game. You can't have free outs at this moment in October. And Mason Fluharty is throwing the ball all over the plate. Can't hit the strike zone. And now he walks Trent Grisham. Mason Fluharty doesn't have command of the baseball. John Schneider's got to look at going to the pen here, because Fluharty loses Grisham, and now it's first and second with one out for the New York Yankees. And who is coming up to the plate? Are you rising for Aaron Judge? He is going to face Louis Varland, who is coming out of the pen. John Schneider heard this stream and is indeed making a pitching change. The right-handed, hard-throwing Louis Varland is coming into this game. He's already pitched in the first 2 games of this series and will make it 3 for 3 to face Aaron Judge with one man on first, one man on second, and an opportunity for the Yankees captain, number 99, to tie the game. My goodness! Do we have a baseball game on our hands here, people? Woo! I will not calm your nerves. Who said that? Koivu Habs, I will not calm your nerves here. We have a super chat that I missed. Shout out Mike Schmidt. Is that our Mike Schmidt? Mike Schmidt says, I'm a little new to baseball, but why do baseball players have so much cake? By cake, I assume you are reading. I assume you are talking about their. How can I put this delicately? How can I put this the most delicate way possible when we're talking about the back of the caboose of the train? How about that one? I assume you're talking about the caboose of the train. Yeah, a lot of power comes from your legs when you're swinging. If you want your torso to generate torque, that comes from the back of your torso. I assume that's what you wanted me to say, Mike Schmidt. I assume that's what you wanted me to say. Okay. Whew. Are you ready for this moment? Sadine Magic 15, thank you for the super chat. The Blue Jays are shooting themselves in the foot. The Blue Jays are shooting themselves in the foot here. Shoreboy says it feels like I'm watching a Leafs game. Don't say that. Aaron Judge, foul ball. 0-1, Louis Varland. Woo! Eric says this isn't that serious, y'all. I hope Eric's right. 0-2! 100! 100 for Louis! Louis is looking Aaron Judge in the eye and saying, you want to go toe-to-toe? I got triple digits for you. It's a timeout by Aaron Judge at the plate. And Aaron Judge skies this ball to deep left field on a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Aaron Judge takes Louis Varland out of the ballpark. That is a home run to tie the game. Our biggest fears have come true. 373 feet out to left field. Yankee Stadium has risen for the Judge. It's all square at sixes. What was once a 6-1 lead for your Toronto Blue Jays has evaporated. And it's a brand new ball game. Judge barely got that thing out of the park. It hit the foul pole. Cody Bellinger flies out to left field, 2 outs in the inning, but not until the damage is done. Judge watched that thing all the way to see if it stayed fair, and oh baby, it barely did. Hit the foul pole right off the top, and Louis Varland cannot be happy about that. 99 got one over on 77. 2 outs. Ben Rice at the plate. How dare you, viewer count go up, as Eddie points out, tuning in for the tragic schadenfreude of a Leafs fan watching a lead disappear. James says, that's my cue to go to bed. Woo! Francois says they are leafing themselves. We got a lot of Toronto Maple Leafs fans in the chat having flashbacks. Graham Strang says, more like Poo Jays. Am I right? That deserves this. Oh, no. Woo! Ben Rice fouls off a triple digits pitch to 100 miles an hour up in the zone. It was 6-1 in this game. It was 6-1 and the pitching couldn't hold it. We gotta really reset here. You gotta think how this inning plays out if Addison Barger catches that ball. You know? I don't want to put this on Barger because Louis Varland threw that pitch. But you wonder if this inning goes differently if Shane Bieber's still in this game. You know? You wonder if Shane Bieber stays, if it's 2 outs in that inning. Hey, Ben Rice strikes out swinging. All right. Let's reset here. Let's reset, people. Chat, I hope you're sticking with me. I hope you're sticking with me right now. Game's not over. Game's just starting. We reset. Top of the 4th, brand new ball game. Brand new ball game. So, first of all, Wes says, if there's no crying in baseball, why are my eyes welling up? Don't cry. Don't cry, Wes. Austin, super chat. Thank you. Thank you to both Wes and Austin. There's a little confetti for you guys. The difference between the Yankees being scoreless and being tied with the Jays is 2 small mistakes. Let's start there as we reset heading into the top of the 5th inning. IKF bobbles a ball in the 1st inning, leads directly to a Yankees run. Not great. Addison Barger, bottom of the 3rd inning, after Volpe strikes out, and there's 1 out in the inning. Shane Bieber's still on the mound, remember this. Barger can't track a shallow pop fly that really should have been Davis Schneider's. He tries to track it backwards. The wind kind of gets it. Bounces off his glove. Error. Austin Wells is on first base. Shane Bieber still in the game at this point. Walks Trent Grisham. Now there's 2 men on when there should have been 1 out. So there should have been 2 out. And Bieber's still in the game facing Trent Grisham. Instead, Austin Wells is on the base. He loses Trent Grisham. They remove Bieber because it's too many pitches. He doesn't have it anymore, according to John Schneider. Then we have Louis Varland. No, I have it wrong. Bieber was pulled earlier, right, in the previous inning, right? Yeah. I have the Bieber timeline incorrect. Apologies. Mason Fluharty was in facing those batters when those errors occurred. That was my mistake. Fluharty loses Grisham. Louis Varland comes in to face Judge. Home run. Roberto says is right about the walk that the ump missed. That call happens the inning before. In the 2nd inning, they lose a batter. That inning continues, and that one's lost. Those are the 3 instances where the Yankees got runs here. The error, the bad walk call, and then the error again by Barger. That's the timeline. That's what's got us into this situation. I'm not happy about it. We have a Aaron Judge Game Day 3D we have to show you because we watch all the Game Day 3Ds, and I promise you that. It's Varsho at the plate to face Duvall. 1-2 in the count. Braden Fisher is warming up in the pen. Not my pen. The bullpen. I'm holding a pen. That's the bit. I'm holding a pen. Varsho strikes out while I do my pen bit. Strikes out swinging. That's the first out of the inning. Let's see what Ernie Clement can do now. Let's see what Ernie Clement can do at the plate. Ernie Clement's been hot this game and this series. He's 2 for 2. 1 run scored, 1 RBI so far in this game. Mike Schmidt says, how do baseball fans like the amount of teams in the playoffs versus something like hockey or basketball, best of 7, etc.? Baseball can't have a lot of teams in the playoffs because the Hey, there's Ernie Clement with a hit deep left field. That's going to be a double from Clement, who remains hot. Let's go. All right. All right. New ball game. New ball game, fellas. Santander's up next. Let's get this thing going. You guys have been hitting well all game. Keep this thing going here. James with the super chat mentioned brooms to my dad. Now he's saying I jinxed it when I told him jinxes don't exist. Millions of people are watching. One individual's thoughts can't change anything. He said, no, they're real. I don't believe in jinxes, but I respect people who do. That's where I fall on that. And thank you for the super chat there, James. A little confetti for you. I respect jinxes, but I don't believe in them myself, to be honest. I'm rocking the same outfit I wore from Saturday, Sunday, and Tuesday because I know it kind of matters. But it's not helping right now. We got a line out to right field. Aaron Judge just gets over there to get that ball. Ernie Clement has to hang at second. That ball looked like it was getting down, but Judge made a little dive with his long body and is able to catch that ball. I'm not giving Judge too much credit for that. I'm upset at him. Don't do that to me, Aaron Judge. Tim Hill is coming in to replace Camilo Duvall. This is going to be a long night, people. This is going to be a long baseball game with a lot of pitching changes, a lot of hits, a lot of runs. Tim Hill's coming in for Camilo Duvall. All right. Jesse Hickman in the chat has my same philosophy on jinxes. Smart enough to know they're not real, not dumb enough to break them either. That's exactly how I feel. You nailed it. I don't break jinxes. I respect people's jinxes. I don't think they work, but I hold to them regardless. That's how it is. That's how it is. Yes, Aaron Judge is a big person. Chat, how are we feeling now that the game has been reset? Now that it's all tied, we're halfway through the game, almost halfway through the game, exactly. Are we confident that the Blue Jays are going to pull this out? Are you nervous at what this bullpen is going to do? Are you confident in the bats? Because that's been the highlight for the Jays so far this game. And this whole series is they can't stop hitting. Alex says, not great, Jesse. Junior's fix says bad. Wes Richard says nervous, but I believe. Matthew, is Toronto syndrome real? Kendra, not super confident, but I have faith in them. Justin, I'm scared. Somebody hold me. Somebody hold Justin. Somebody go find Justin Curry and hold them. Justin Fisher says, I feel great. Always the confident one. Justin Fisher is. We had a poll on the schmores conversation. Because the correct way to say schmores is how I say it, schmores. And some of you don't believe that. And 84% of you voted on the poll that it's not the way I say it, which is the correct way. A. Coleman, we finally have a Yankees fan weigh in here. The Yankees fan says, enjoy your work on the podcast. Nervous AF. Aren't a lot of Yankees fans in the chat, I presume. Addison Barger's at the mound right now. At the plate right now to face Tim Hill, who's just in the game. The count is 1-2. Tim Hill ahead of Barger. Ernie Clements on second base. A base hit here can cash a run and get these Blue Jays back in the lead. There's 2 out in the top of the 5th inning. Let's see what Addison Barger can do here with this opportunity with a runner in scoring position. Fouls off another one. That's a sinker. Sinker's thrown again by Tim Hill. Inside this time for a ball. Addison Barger works the count back up to 2-2. Let's see what Barger can do with this opportunity here. Addison Barger strikes out swinging and is not able to make amends for his error in the bottom of the 4th inning. Addison Barger can't cash Ernie Clement, and everything would have been good. Addison, between you and me and the chat, if you could have brought in Ernie Clement right there. But he's unable to get his bat on the ball, and the top of the 5th inning comes to an end on a Addison Barger strikeout. John says, was that the pitcher from Moneyball? Tim Hill reference. Tim Hill, I believe, is the same person that you are thinking about. No. This it's not. I don't remember Moneyball like my co-host, but maybe it was. I'm not sure. If somebody in the chat can help John out, please do. Was Tim Hill in Moneyball? Was Tim Hill in Moneyball? Is what I Googled. No, Moneyball came out in 2011. And yeah, Moneyball came out in 2011. Tim Hill's major league career started in 2018. So do you mean like, was there a guy named Tim Hill in Moneyball? And Moneyball's based on, yeah, as Chap correctly points out, Kyle does, Moneyball takes place in like 2002 season, actually. John says it was a joke. Oh! Well, John, I didn't get it because I don't know Moneyball that well. I don't even remember last time. I haven't seen Moneyball since it came out. And when it came out, I was like 9. So I'm sorry. That went over my head. What button do I hit for that? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry. Code 88 says maybe Barger shouldn't have come in for IKF. Maybe that's the original sin. You know, like maybe that's the original sin in this game. It's a tough one. It's a tough pill to swallow right now. The way this has gone for the Blue Jays so far. Giancarlo Stanton right now is at the plate to face Louis Varland. Stanton's had a good night. A single and a sac fly. Not an overall good series, though. I think he's 3 for 10 in the series. Let's see if Louis Varland can clean things up. Hey, fighting Amish is right. I am a more Kenny Powers kind of guy. I loved Eastbound and Down. Eastbound and Down is one of the best shows ever. Kenny Powers, unbelievable. Danny McBride, one of the greatest living actors. Can't argue me with that one. That's not Schmor's argument. That's just facts. Danny McBride, one of the greatest living actors. Facts. I don't know if anybody out there has seen The Righteous Gemstones. Fantastic television show. Louis Varland getting Giancarlo Stanton swinging on the knuckle curve. Love that from Louis. That was a nice pitch. Wow. Stanton was clearly expecting the fastball there. Swung a little early, very over the pitch. Great stuff from Varland. We got some non-believers in the chat for Louis Varland's skills here, but he got Stanton. That's all I'm worried about. Chisholm at the plate now. Jazz Chisholm Jr. to face Louis Varland. 1-1 in the count. 6-6 tie. Bottom of the 4th inning. Do we want to get a chat check? Do we want to get a nervous meter check on how everybody's feeling right now about your Toronto Blue Jays? You can't be feeling good right now after that pitch. Jazz Chisholm Jr. takes Louis Varland way out to deep right field and over the fence. That's a home run for the New York Yankees to put them in the lead 7-6. Chisholm with his jump shot celebration at first base. And John Schneider's coming out to the mound to take Louis Varland out of the game. That ball was hit a long, long way. I was just asking for a check of the chat on how you are feeling. And you cannot be feeling good after that one. The Toronto Blue Jays bullpen has not been a pretty experience. From late August to early September, and then mid-September, when the bats were dead, the bullpen was firing on all cylinders. They looked really good. They looked competent and able to handle any major league team. But now that we are back in the playoffs, our biggest fears have come to life. And the Blue Jays bullpen is not holding this thing together. Brian says it's 6-7. 6-7. Yes, that is the score. But, ladies and gentlemen, chat, everyone out there who is listening to this right now, you cannot count these Blue Jays out. You can't just say this game is over. This Blue Jays team has more comeback wins than any other team in Major League Baseball. This is what they do. This is how they play baseball. If they are down, they are not out of it. I need all my toes and all my fingers to count how many times the Blue Jays have had dramatic comebacks this season. Let's not just say this game is over. Let's have some faith in the 2025 Toronto Blue Jays, because this is what they do. It's the bottom of the fifth. They got 4 kicks at the can at this thing in terms of at-bats and innings. Here's another hard hit ball by the Yankees. That is Rosario with a double into left field. Davis Schneider tracks it down. And there's a man on second. Don't forget the score in the series. The Jays are up 2-0. Don't forget the Yankees, to win this series, would need a win today, tomorrow, and Friday. This thing isn't over. This game isn't even over. To win this game, they still got to close out 4 innings here. Braden Fisher allows Ahmed Rosario to double first batter he faces, and now he's up against Anthony Volpe. What can Volpe do here? The answer is hopefully nothing. Hopefully he does nothing. 7-6 the score in the bottom of the 6th inning. The vibes definitely aren't as good as they were at the start of this game. The vibes definitely aren't as good as they were at the top of the 3rd inning when the score was 6-1. But we got 4 innings for the Jays to score 2 runs here if the bullpen can hold this thing to a 1-run game. Fisher throws a down and away fastball. Sorry, that was a slider. That's called a ball. It was a ball. It's outside of the zone. 3-2. 3-2 the count. Volpe. Deep breaths, everybody. Deep breaths. Volpe, Fisher, 3-2. Volpe fouls this one off. We reset with the payoff pitch. I'm hoping all the damage is done here for the Yankees in this inning. Fisher can hold this thing to a 1-run game, and he gets Volpe swinging. There's one. Just one more. Fisher needs to retire. Beautiful pitch there. 90 miles an hour up in the zone. The slider. Swinging through it is Anthony Volpe. Now Austin Wells, the number 9 hitter for the New York Yankees comes to the plate to face Braden Fisher. We'll see what the catcher can do against Fisher here. Trevor says, I don't trust our pen at all. Hopefully I can eat these words. No Blue Jays fan out there disagrees with you. I trusted this pen at the end of September when they were pitching well, but turned out to be a little bit of fool's gold. And that was just the brief moment of good pitching in between the bad moments of bad pitching. Because they are back to what they have been for large parts of this regular season, where you cannot trust the pen. Swing and strike there. Austin Wells swings through the curveball. Beautiful pitch there by Braden Fisher. Let's see. Oh, timeout called. Timeout called by the batter. Let's see what Braden Fisher can do here against Austin Wells to try and end this inning. That is hit into right field along the ground. That's going to score a run potentially. Santander comes up firing. Kirk cuts it off. Throws to second. Jimenez gets Wells at second, but not before the run scores. Rosario scores at home. The Yankees are out of a challenge. Aaron Boone Buffoon used all of his challenges earlier in the game. It's called out at second. The Jays end the inning, but sacrifice 2 runs here to the New York Yankees and trail 8-6. The Aaron Boone Buffoon is walking to the umpire to try and argue with him about the out call at second. He does not have a challenge. He cannot challenge it. It looks like he was indeed out. That's the right call on the field. Woo! Woo! Not great. Not great, Jays. But plenty of time. Plenty of time left in this thing. Sedine Magic 15 says, they say you should always trust your gut, right? Oh, my gut is telling me the Jays aren't done scoring yet. That is the attitude we must have for these Jays. They are not cooked. I see someone writes in the chat. Hey, while we have a moment here, hit like on this video. There's a lot of you watching right now, and a lot of you should be hitting like on this video. I would appreciate it. It is a big thing to us, and it is a small thing for you to do. All right, Aaron Judge off the foul pole. We have not checked out this replay yet, because since that happened the bottom of the 4th, we've had non-stop action in this baseball game. So let's hit up Game Day 3D, and let's chat about this Aaron Judge home run that came here in this bottom of the 4th inning. Louis Varland was on the mound. Aaron Judge at the plate. He waited it out to see if it was going to be fair or foul. That ball hit high off the foul pole, and it was fair, a home run. Aaron Judge began to walk, flipped his bat, and that was the home run that crushed the hearts of all of us Blue Jays fans. One more time. Here it is in real time. Boom. Judge waits. Ball hits the pole, and that's their captain stepping up in a huge moment. I'll show it from the action cam as well. I wonder how far it's going to follow the ball here off the pole. Is it going to show it at this angle? Yeah, you can see it right there. Oh, that's pretty cool. Shows it hit off the foul pole right there. and then Judge rounding the bases. So there it is. Aaron Judge, heartbreaker home run in game day 3D. Blue Jays have at the plate Andres Jimenez, and then we are going back to the top of the order. Devin Williams is up for the Yankees in the bullpen. Andres Jimenez 1-2 in this count. And the aforementioned Aaron Judge makes the line out in right field. Andres Jimenez retired, first batter of the inning. 1 out, top of the 6th. Here is Kendra with the super chat. Shout out Kendra one time. Oh, there it is. How did it go wrong so quickly? Still going to keep faith that the Jays get back in this. Either way, loving the streams. Hey, I love having you here for the streams. We are having a good time, even though our team is in disarray. Currently at this moment. Things can turn. Things turn all the time. But things took a turn because the 3rd, 4th, and 5th innings were a disaster from the Blue Jays pitching staff. TMB Sports says, I missed your super chat. Let me thank you for pointing that out. I did miss your super chat. And I have it now. Is there any chance Gausman can go tomorrow? I'm not comfortable with the bullpen game. Yeah, oh, Springer hits that ball out to Anthony Volpe. Volpe throws that over to first. And George Springer is retired for the 2nd out of the inning. Back to that super chat. George Springer hustling down the line, too. Gausman pitching tomorrow. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That's 3 days off, really, because you have Sunday off, Monday off, Tuesday off. So, you want to pitch Gausman on 3 days rest? It's like, do we want to? I don't know. It's a tough call. It might be a bullpen day with Eric Lauer. There's Davis Schneider skying one out to left field. Cody Bellinger gets under that ball. 1, 2, 3. The Blue Jays go down in the top of the 6th inning. Top of the 6th inning, the Blue Jays go down 1, 2, 3. I think it'd be great. You know what? Because if Gausman goes tomorrow, that means you get Ye Savage on Friday if there is a Friday. So let's talk this through. Gausman pitches on 3 days rest, which should be fine. Gausman was great on Saturday. Brendan Little's coming in for Braden Fisher. You use so much of the bullpen today that it'd be nice if you get Gausman there in tomorrow. So, yes, I'm aboard Gausman train, pitching tomorrow on 3 days rest, and then we do Ye Savage on Friday if it's necessary. But we are ahead of ourselves. You've got me thinking about tomorrow. There may not be a tomorrow. It's only 2 runs. The Jays got 3 innings here. 3 innings here to get 3 runs. Those errors were tough. Chris G brings up those errors again. That Barger error, that IKF error, like that was tough. We're getting a little too melancholy on the stream. Yeah, Lauer is the planned starter for tomorrow. It's Lauer in the bullpen. It is Eric Lauer scheduled to do the thing tomorrow. We will see what happens. They're showing a replay of the Judge home run. It's making me upset. Oh, no. All right. Let's take a look here at this super chat from our Brucery. I bet on the Yankees tonight for game 3, win-win. I was talking about this on the Steve Dangle podcast during one of our betting segments the other day, and a lot of people don't believe in this, but I'm listening to the Aaron Judge stat. Sorry, it came in my ears. No pitcher in the StatCast era has hit a pitch that fast, that far by Aaron Judge. I don't want more Aaron Judge stats. Stop giving me Aaron Judge stats. So, we were talking about this. When your team is playing a big game, it makes more sense to bet against them because if they lose, you win money, and if they win, your team wins. A lot of people think that's bad juju to do that, but either way, you win. So, I don't know. That's what we were talking about the other day. That's all I wanted to say because you mentioned the betting on the Yankees thing. This is from Justin Fisher, the mod tonight on the SDPN account. They say, listen, I wish it wasn't 8-6, but you don't think Vladdy could still have some magic up his sleeve? You don't think Springer can start a rally? Exactly. People, these aren't the Toronto Maple Leafs. These aren't the Toronto Maple Leafs. When the Leafs get down, it's over. They have no will to come back at all. When the Blue Jays have gotten down this year, all they've done is come back in games. It's 3 innings to get 3 runs here to win this game. It can happen. I've got faith. Trent Grisham skies one out to Varsho. First out of the inning there. Aaron Judge is not going to be faced. Intentionally walked. The Toronto Blue Jays make the right decision to intentionally walk Aaron Judge. Who cares? Don't pitch to him. Say the double play is set up. Set up the double play. Face Cody Bellinger. This is a smart call. No need to give Aaron Judge any more airtime with his giant hits. Aaron Judge is 3 for 3 on the night. Like, don't let him hit. This is a hit by Cody Bellinger out into right field. That's going to get down here. Judge is going to... Santander misses that diving grab. That's what you got when you play in Santander in right field. That's the result of going with Santander, not Miles Straw. You got to think if Miles Straw is there, that ball's caught. This isn't good. That's not good. This is so unlike the Blue Jays. IKF error, Barger error, bad play by Santander there, completely whiffing on that dive. And if Miles Straw is in there in that position, 100% he catches that ball. This, it's not a pretty performance by the Blue Jays in the field. Santander has to have that, or your original sin is not having Miles Straw playing right field. There's Ben Rice skying one out to Santander. That's going to score Aaron Judge on a sac fly, making it 9-6 for the New York Yankees. Brendan Little is not having a good inning here, and John Schneider comes out to make another pitching change. Yariel Rodriguez is coming to the mound now to get into this game and make his first appearance of the postseason. More arms in the pen are being used today. Yariel Rodriguez is the latest one. He's going to get into the postseason for the first time and face Giancarlo Stanton with a man on second base after Ben Rice sac flies to Santander to score Aaron Judge. Prophet says, I don't know how to pronounce the last part of your username. Prophet says you should do BJFR on SDP or on your channel. I do. Not for all the games, but for the postseason game. So there's a video after the Saturday game. There's a video after the Sunday game. And there will be a video after this performance tonight by these Blue Jays. You can best believe that. That'll be up on my channel, the Jesse Blake Sports Report channel. So go over there, hit subscribe, hit like if you want to get that video. It'll be out tonight. Tyson says it's not over. Jays love a comeback. Woo! Chris G says, after tonight, just start the best fielding team you can. Screw trying to match lefty versus righties at the plate. For a team that built their whole season on great fielding, doing the little things right, it's shocking right now. It's shocking to see them fail like this. This isn't how the Blue Jays play baseball. You know, like, I'm dumbfounded by how we've gotten here. Because of all the ways I think we could have got here, this would have been last on the list. It would have been last on the list. But here we are, a poor defensive performance, leaving the Jays down 9-6 in the bottom of the sixth. And Stanton at the plate, 2 out. Yariel Rodriguez is ahead in the count, though, 0-1 to Stanton. In his weird stance, shaking his caboose. And there is a soft little chopper in front of home plate that Alejandro Kirk is able to corral for the 3rd out of the inning and limit damage by the Yankees. Only 1 run scored in that inning. All right, bats, let's get it going, says Aaliyah T. That's what we need right now. 3 runs. 3 runs. Tie this game. 4 runs to get the lead. But you got 3 innings to do it. 9 outs left for the Blue Jays. How we feeling, chat? How we feeling about this game and how we feeling about the rest of this series? The mood has definitely dampened around these parts. James says, my issue is I trust our offense to get us back into the game. I don't trust the pen to keep us in. I fear the Jays will tie it and then the pen will screw it up. James, it's hard to disagree with that, James. Based on how the Jays are pitching right now, it's hard to disagree that they're going to keep this thing a 3-run lead, but we'll see. Trevor Edgar, 8 unanswered runs. Some native says this game was over when we went to the bullpen so early. King Carl says Jay's going to win this. Just put the house. Did you put the house on it? That's a really confident bet. Nix says it's hard to feel good when the other side of a loss here is not even having a starter for tomorrow night, especially with this bullpen. Pursued Bubble says fireable decision to leave Scherzer off. I think that's the right call. I think they made the right call with the rotation, especially if you can go to Gausman tomorrow night. 3 days rest isn't ideal, but you got to think that tomorrow would be a must-win if it gets to tomorrow. This is from DC. Oh, my gosh, DC. DC says, watching my first Jays game since 93, not a good time to restart, eh? Still buzzing about McDavid's contract to care, though. You must be from Alberta or at least an Oilers fan. Shout out you for tuning into this game. Chat, Vladdy's at the plate. Vladdy's at the plate. If anybody's going to get this thing going, it's going to be this guy right now. 2 for 2 so far. 1 walk. That big home run in the first inning. The man's hitting .727 in this series. He's ahead in the count 2-1 with Devin Williams on the mound. The newly entered Devin Williams into this game. That was a foul ball from Vladdy. 2-2 in the count. If this rally is going to get started, it's going to get started with this part of the order. Guerrero, Kirk, Varsho, due up. Kirk's hitless tonight. Maybe his first hit comes in this inning. Vladdy's all hits. Let's see if he can continue this thing. Vladdy makes contact with that ball. But Jazz Chisholm is going to get under the very short pop fly as 2 Yankees almost collide. But Chisholm makes the out. And Vladdy is retired for the first out of the inning. Let's see what Kirky can do. Captain Kirk with 1 out in the inning. Facing Devin Williams. Jays trailing by 3. Let's see if Kirk's the one to get this rally started. Takes a first pitch fastball. Strike. Kirk's due for 1. Kirk's due for a hit here. Could this be the big one to break things open for the Jays? He takes a pitch there. A fastball. 1-2 now in the count. Wes Richard says, I have to work in 7 hours, but I'm staying here because I believe we'll make the thing and do the comeback sleepers for the week anyways. Wes, I appreciate it. That confetti's for your super chat. Kirk behind in the count. Williams delivers, fouled off by Kirk. Changeup fouled. We're waiting for the big hit. We're waiting for the one. Let's see if Kirk's the one to get it done. Top 7. Trailing by 3. Fouls off another. Oh, my goodness. Fouls off another pitch. It's 1-2 once again. Devin Williams delivers. Kirk out to right field. He watches it up against the wall. That thing's caught by Trent Grisham on the warning track. Hey, some native says maybe don't talk so much smack after the first half. Hey, I don't regret any of my words. I think it's still gonna come true. The Jays are gonna win this series. I don't think they blow a 2-0 lead here. I got faith. I got faith. The Cancun flights might be a little delayed, but I still think they're coming. We'll see. We'll see. Varsho's now at the plate. Varsho 0-1. And then 0-2 in the count. Swings right through a fastball. The Jays are going to have to go up against Cam Schlittler tomorrow night. Ask Cam Schlittler how he pronounces s'mores. Dalton Varsho. 1-2 in the count. Strikes out swinging. That is an ugly at-bat. That's an ugly at-bat. That's an ugly inning. The heart of the Jays lineup. Vladdy, Kirk, and Varsho goes down 1, 2, 3. Mr. Friends subbed. Thank you. And you know what? Let's take a moment here. Let's take a moment here to reset. Let's get on our elevator. We're going from the top floor to the bottom floor. Just to change the location, you know? If you're watching this right now, something that would mean a lot to me and would boost my spirits in my time of despair as the Jays trail this game 9-6. I can't even speak anymore. I would love it if you just hit that thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up on that video right now. And you like this thing. It would mean a lot to me. It would mean a lot to everybody at SDPN. We appreciate every like. Thank you. And if you really like us, hit subscribe as well. Mr. Friend says I unsubbed. How dare you? You got to be joking. That's funny. So we are going to the bottom of the 7th inning here. Due up for the Yankees. Chisholm, Rosario. Oh, Colabello's in for Rosario. So Chisholm, Colabello, and Anthony Volpe are due up for the New York Yankees. Let's see if the Blue Jays bullpen can finally have a scoreless inning here. The Yankees, so far this game, have scored in 5 of 6 innings. 5 of the 6 innings. The Yankees have hit in. My voice is going. They have hit in. They have scored in. Let's see if the Blue Jays can actually get a scoreless inning here out of their bullpen. Only a couple opportunities left for them. They only got 6 innings left. V Journey, new to baseball. Shout out to everybody who's new to baseball. Who's following along with the Jays for the first time. Congratulations. You have entered an amazing new sport. V Journey, there are 9 innings in a baseball game. That means the Blue Jays have 6 outs left. The top of the 8th and the top of the 9th to potentially get back in this game. They got to score at least 3. We're hoping for 4. There is the ALDS schedule right there. If necessary, I will be back here tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Right here on this channel, once again streaming this game. At the same time, Adam Wild will be streaming the Leafs game, the first Leafs game of the season. So we're going to be doing that tomorrow night. I have been talking for 3 hours straight. Baseball games are different than hockey streams. Hockey streams, you get intermissions. Baseball, there's no breaks. It's just you and me, baby, hanging out, hoping the Jays have a comeback. Hoping that the Blue Jays bullpen can hold this thing together. So, let's see. They're showing some of the replays of the errors right now. Showing IKF's error. They're showing Addison Barger's error. And then I assume they're going to show Santander. Oh, Vladdy's error too. Yeah, that Vladdy play probably should have had that one. And then they show the Santander miss diving grab. We got new LA Kings jerseys. That's fun. Would love to see that. I'll check that out. Wes Richard says, I grew up and live in BC, and I chose to cheer for Toronto teams. Was a bold choice, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. That is a bold choice, Cotton. Those BC British Columbians must not like you for that, Wes. They must be hating you for all your Toronto fandom. All right. Here we go. All I want is a scoreless inning out of this Blue Jays pen. All I want. 1 inning here where the bullpen does not allow a run. It hasn't happened yet this game. There's been runs in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th innings by the Blue Jays pitching staff. Let's see if Yariel Rodriguez can just retire the side here. Kendra, gifted 5 SDPN memberships. Thank you. Thank you, Kendra. At this late stage of our night, it's past 11 o'clock now on the East Coast. I appreciate everybody out there who is staying up late with me to watch this team either win or lose this game. My voice is going. The words are getting harder and harder to say as this team is getting harder and harder to watch. Justin Brule, lefty, warming up in the pen. I assume we're going to see him at some point tonight. Let's see what Chisholm can do here against Yariel Rodriguez. There is a ball that's flared out to left field. Babe Schneider gets under it and is able to make that grab. 1 out in the inning. 2 away. 2 away for my dream come true. The Blue Jays just don't allow a run. Oh, my goodness. Go 1 inning without allowing a run. My gosh. Kendra says, hoping those memberships can give a little joy when we aren't all having a good time right now. Jesse, remember to hydrate. Yes. Hopefully, thank you, Kendra, for the super chat. Those memberships do bring good vibes to the chat when things aren't going well. I can't hydrate too much because eventually I'm going to have to use the washroom, and I don't want to have to do that and pause the stream or anything. Even though we're up at 3 hours. And it's the bottom of the 7th. Foul ball there. Goldschmidt at the plate. Another change in the lineup there for the Yankees. Rosario was in for McMahon. Then we had another change. And then Goldschmidt came in. Hey, let's go! Let's absolutely go. Yariel Rodriguez has made 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. We are 1 out away from the Blue Jays completing an inning without allowing a run. It's only happened once in this entire game, and that was in the 2nd inning. That was in the 2nd inning. Ah! There's another strike. There's a first pitch strike, I should say, by Rodriguez on Volpe. Justin with the sarcastic 88 miles per hour gas. Let's see what Rodriguez has got here. Low ball to Volpe. He's fallen behind here in the count. I'm trying to get comfy in this seat here. And your Toronto Blue Jays, Addison Barger made the play, have gone 1 inning without allowing a run. I will be back in uno momento. I need to go. Take it 1 second. It's been 3 hours. Give me 1 second. Oh, no. All the buttons are pressed. Okay. There we go. Woo! Okay, we're back. We're back. Thank you for the brief pause. I needed that. I just need a quick bathroom break. I've had to hydrate a lot. It's been 3 hours. Just needed the quick break. Thank you. I appreciate all of you. We have a moment to celebrate. We have a moment to celebrate. The Blue Jays did not allow a run. I think that's cause for celebration. We got 6 out heres. We got 6 out heres for the Blue Jays to get back into this game. I'm still hopeful in this lineup. Due up here. Yes, Jet Legends. It was quick. Clement, Santander, and Addison Barger. Addison Barger has an opportunity to make things all right in the world. If he can get a hit here. Following hits, hopefully, by Clement and Santander. I think they're teeing up the game tomorrow, where the Blue Jays are going to go with a bullpen game. I don't think that Gosman thing is happening, pitching him on 3 days rest. I think John Schneider and his coaching staff are confident in an Eric Lauer bullpen game. Lauer's been good all year. It's just the rest of the staff that'll have to get in there, too. I don't know how I feel about it, seeing how they pitch tonight. Tomorrow's start time is 7 p.m. Eastern time. Wes Richard asked, same start time? No. 1 hour earlier. So that'll be game 4 of the series, if necessary. We are still not done in this one. Remember, the Blue Jays are the comeback kids. C Showtime says, for real, what was Schneider thinking putting Barger in up 6-1 in the third? He was not thinking. That was very unlike the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays are built on good defense. They went with Santander over Miles Straw. They went with Barger subbing in for IKF, who also made an error, that was very unlike him. The rally is starting potentially. Artie Clement, 4 for 4. Who said it was over? Ernie's on first. That is a single. He's 4 for 4 on the night. That is unreal. And now we got the chance. We got the chance for Santander and Addison Barger back-to-back here in this lineup to make up for their sins. You can make the world right here. Addison, I'm asking for you. Santander, I'm asking for you. Make this right. Do it with your bat. You couldn't do it with your glove. Ernie showed up and did his part. Now it's on you. It's 1-1 in the count. That was a fastball high. It is 2-1 in the count. Another fastball high. What can Santander do at this at bat? He's ahead in the count. This is what moments are made for. This is why we're still watching. It's 2-2. This is why we haven't turned off the game. Because with one swing of the bat here, Santander, 3-2 count. You can make it all right. You can make everything good right here with just a little magic. Santander strikes out, swinging. That's tough. That is tough. David Bednar. David Bednar's coming in for Devin Williams. Another pitching change. This has been a long one. Santander could not do it. Jacqueline K says Miles would have gotten on base. We'll never know. We'll never know. Addison Barger's up next. Opportunity for him now to do right. Yes, there is still one man on first base. Ernie Clement did reach and is still out there on first. Colleen, I can do that for you. Colleen says, I'm helping a friend after her surgery. Can I get a feel better soon, Colleen's friend, plus maybe some get well DOS? Colleen, I can do that for you. The panda wants to come out and do a little jig. There's the panda on the Jays logo doing a little jig so your friend can feel just a little better. Let's see what Addison Barger can do here against Bednar. At some point, too, we got to check in with what you're eating. If you are late night snacking, let me know. Jonas says, surely there hasn't been a recent situation where a team could have gone up 3-0 and didn't, which cost them the series. Surely. Hey, Jonas, stop it. Stop it. There's different circumstances, different team. Austin says $92.5 million just to strike out. We got cheese buns. Greg's eating cheese buns. Colin's eating homemade Slovakia and mash. Ruffles, cheddar, and sour cream. Oh my, I don't think I've ever had that Ruffles flavor. All right, Addison Barger's at the plate. We will get back to your food. Crimson Medina says, I'm eating corn pops. Toronto sports trauma is real. But these Jays have been built different all year long. That first fouled ball by Barger looked close. But it's just foul. Oh, 1 in the count, Barger. Up against the pitcher Bednar, who's just into the game. Barger has the opportunity to make good for his age error here with a... Oh, my goodness. That is a bad swing. Barger with a little chopper to second base. Chisholm gathers it, throws it to first. Barger is retired for the second out of the inning. Ray Adlington says, Game 4 in the 92 World Series went 4 hours and 15 minutes with the Jays coming back from down 14-9 in the ninth to win 15-14. Comebacks are in the DNA. Yes. Yes, they are. I love everybody in the chat who still believes that this thing ain't over. The Yankees have looked good for many innings now. But the Jays are still in this. One at-bat can change this thing. Jimenez here, 1-1 against Bednar. Tommy Nance is warming up to get in. Jimenez here with the 1-1 count. Hits a ground ball to first base. Paul Goldschmidt's going to step on first base and retire Andres Jimenez for the third out of the 8th inning. Your Toronto Blue Jays only have 3 outs remaining to get back in this ball game. It has been a frustrating experience tonight because the Blue Jays built a reputation for 162 games. And that reputation was, we have solid defense. And the defense tonight is the thing that cost them this game. Who knows how this thing plays out if Jimenez can field an easy ground ball at second, if Vladdy can scoop a ground ball, if Addison Barger can track a fly ball or let Davis Schneider get it, and if Santander can make an easy catch on a line drive, or if Miles Straw is in the game in replace of Santander. You cannot expect to win ball games when you can't field well. This is what the Yankees do. This is the DNA of the New York Yankees. They're the bad fielding team. They're the team that does the errors to lose the games. And then, of course, there's the bullpen that's looked really ugly tonight. The Blue Jays have gone through Bieber, then Fluharty, then Varland, then Fisher, then Brendan Little, then Yariel Rodriguez, and now in the game is Tommy Nance. Only Yariel Rodriguez, out of all of the pitchers who have pitched tonight, has not allowed an earned run. That's an ugly performance from your bullpen in the most important game of the season, because every game in the postseason, the next one, is the most important night of the season. But it's not over. It's not over in that there's 3 outs left, and the score in the series is 2-0. The Blue Jays just got to win 1. They got to win 1 here. No, there you go. They got to win 1. It's not over. Let's all have some faith in the 2025 Toronto Blue Jays. They've been very good this year. Tommy Nance throws a curveball for a strike to Austin Wells. James, I did not miss your super chat. It's right here. It says, if we don't come back, 2 live streams plus 2 game broadcasts all running simultaneously tomorrow. Going to be hella overstimulated. Yeah, tomorrow is going to be overstimulation station is what we'll call it. That's what we're calling tomorrow night. Hashtag, I can't even talk anymore. Hashtag overstimulation station. 2 live broadcasts on the SDPN channel. I'll be live at 7 p.m. if there is a game 4 tomorrow. Sidecasting this Blue Jays game. Adam Wild will be live sidecasting the Leafs' first game of the season. We're going to have some fun here, ladies and gentlemen. Chat. We will have some fun. I'm saying that very sternly. We're going to have fun. Okay? We're going to have fun. Fun is going to be had tomorrow night. And if you don't have fun, nobody's having fun. We're going to take away the fun if you don't have fun, so you better have fun tomorrow night. If we do have it tomorrow night, there's still 3 outs remaining in this game. There's a base hit. Base hit by Austin Wells on Tommy Nance. Not great. Not great. Tommy Nance comes into the game and immediately allows a single. Trent Grisham's now at the plate with a man on first base and none out. Wes Richard says, manifesting. Springer double, Schneider and Vladdy walk. Kirky will take us to the promised land. Let's go. I would love that. I hope you're right. I hope you are right. Some native acting like a Yankees fan. Calling for the reverse sweep. Oscar is asking why Steve's not going tomorrow. Steve does Saturdays. Adam will take the ones during the week is how we usually plan out the schedule. So Steve's Saturday streams. And then Adam will go during the Leafs games during the week. He'll do those side casts. So tomorrow's a during the week game. It's a Wednesday. So he'll be on that game. 3-0. Tommy Nance falls behind Trent Grisham. Finally throws a strike over. Makes the count 3-1. That is good. With a sinker there, Tommy Nance is able to work the count back to 3-2. And now Grisham takes a timeout. Let's see if Tommy Nance can retire Trent Grisham here with the count at 3-2, a full count. Payoff pitch coming up. 11th pitch of the inning. Deep left field. Lucas going back, but it's caught on the edge of the warning track. And that one stays in the ballpark. Wow. Gosh darn. Aaron Judge is getting a standing ovation at Yankee Stadium for his performance tonight. Aaron Judge tonight is 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs and 1 walk. And Tommy Nance retires him. He gets him to ground out to Addison Barger at third, who throws it over to Vladdy at first. And that is the second out of the inning. All right. All right. One more out in this inning. And then we have 3 outs for the Jays to work some magic here. Chat, are you feeling the magic? Is it time for the hype and the tense? Is it time to get like they could do this? Is it time to feel the tenseness in the air and to feel this comeback coming? If Tommy Nance is able to get out of this inning unscathed, it's only 3 runs. Jose Caballero's at the plate. If Tommy Nance can retire him, the Blue Jays have coming up next inning. Actually, I don't have. Where did they end off? Jimenez. Oh, right back to the top of the order. So we're going Springer, Nathan Lucas, Vladdy. Springer, Lucas, Vladdy to start this thing in the 9th inning. Jays need 3 runs. First, Tommy Nance has got to do his thing. If Tommy Nance can do his thing, we'll see. Was it my fault for not having a rally cap? Foul tip there by Nance. Was it my fault for not having a rally cap? Robert Malloy thinks so. Robert Malloy thinks I am responsible for this lack of comeback without a hat. I don't have a hat around me. I'm sorry. I don't. There's no hat in here. Hammer Sports says pod tomorrow. RIP Jesse's vocal cords. No pod till Thursday. We moved the pod from Wednesday to Thursday because the Leafs play their first game tomorrow. So it didn't make sense to record tomorrow and then have that release like at same time the Leafs are playing their first game. So that's what we'll do. Caballero's getting looked at here. He swung very hard on that Tommy Nance pitch. And he's going to remain in the game, it looks like. Looks like he's chatting with Kirk and the umpire a little bit. He's going to stay in this game. Caballero, Nance, 2-2, 2 out. See if that hand hurts him. It doesn't hurt him enough. Oh, my goodness. The bases are loaded here. Fighting Amish says you can borrow my hat, Jesse. I would love that. Maybe that's what we need here. So, Giancarlo Stanton's at the plate. The bases are loaded. There's 2 out. Tommy Nance in this inning has pitched the bases loaded now. Oh! Pop fly! Pop fly in the infield! Catch it! Yeah! You guys don't want this. You guys don't want this, but I'm going to give it to you. You guys don't want this right now. Nobody out there wants to hear this nonsense. Nobody out there wants to believe that these Blue Jays aren't the Leafs you think they are, choking things away. Come on. These are the comeback kids. It's all they've done all year. It's all they've done this series is hit the ball. Okay. They've been cold for a couple innings. You think they forgot? You think they forgot how to hit? It's still in there. And we got Springer, the team MVP, coming to the plate to lead things off. Then Nathan Lucas, the bat off the bench, pinch hitting. And then Vladdy, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., the hottest baseball hitter in the universe, coming up to the plate. I'm not saying they're going to do it. I'm not saying it's going to get done. I'm just saying there's a chance. You can't go home just yet. I'm just saying there's a chance they could get this thing done. That's right, Chase. We need to play a little Aerosmith because I will dream on. I will dream on about this game. 3 outs left. 3 outs to make this thing a real ball game. Let's see what George Springer can do here. first up in this inning. David Bednar remains in the game. Put those Blue Jays emojis in the chat. We have custom Blue Jays emojis. Spam those right now. Spam them. If you believe in these Blue Jays. 0-1. Springer falls behind early to Bednar. Let's see what he can do here. This is the game right here. You want the Yankees to have some hope? You want the Yankees to have some life? No! You want to shut this thing down right here. You want to leave them in New York. The Jays can get 4 runs here and can be back on their way to Toronto. It's 1-1 in the count. George Springer. Oh, swings through that one, 1-2. Springer does not start this inning off right. That is a swinging strikeout. .93-mile-an-hour splitter there. George Springer strikes out. Oh. Nathan Lucas is next up to try and get this rally going. They're going to have to do it with 1 out now. Fouls off the first pitch. Haven't hydrated in a while. Wow. Nathan Lucas almost hit by a pitch there. Wow. Just got out of the way of that one. That was a hard thrown ball, 96 miles per hour, right at Lucas's shoulder. They're showing Cam Schlittler, who's scheduled to go tomorrow. I hope Cam Schlittler's season is over because the Blue Jays put up some runs here. Let's see what Lucas can do with a 2-2 count now. Let's bring this thing back here, Lucas. Let's give this team some life. And the pulse is slowly fading. The Toronto Blue Jays have 1 out remaining. The signs of life are starting to disappear for this Toronto Blue Jays team. 2 out. Top of the 9th inning. Vladdy, who 3 hours ago, 3.5 hours ago, had us in such a great mood starting this game off 2-0. We'll see if Vladdy can keep this game alive with 2 outs in the 9th inning. He works this count to 2-0. And then there's a high curveball. And that is 3-0 in the count for Vladdy. Gets the benefit of the doubt in that curveball. It definitely caught some of the zone. The Blue Jays scored 6 runs early and have been scoreless since that 4-run third inning. The Yankees, on the other hand, have put up 9, scored in 4 consecutive innings, had a lot of runners on base, put up 12 hits today, and really worked this Blue Jays bullpen. It is 3-2. Vladdy at the plate. Can he keep this game alive by getting on base? A walk will do. Oh, foul. Oh, my goodness. Foul tip. Foul tip. It was off his foot, which isn't pretty. You don't like seeing that. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. walking around his foot. Hurts a little. 2 outs, 3-2, top 9. Vladimir Guerrero hits the ball to third base. Diving stop. Thrown over to first. Game. Ball game. Jays lose. We will be back tomorrow night for game number 4 of this series. No one said it would be easy. As Arabian Night said, no one said it would be easy. They're the Yankees. Games 1 and 2 were a cakewalk. It's unreasonable to think that every game was going to go that way. It's unreasonable. I believed, and my beliefs were unreasonable. I told the Yankees to pack their stuff, to start the jet, and it was an unreasonable expectation because they are a good baseball team with good hitters. I think that's it. They're a good team with some good hitters. The Jays still, in this loss, put up 6 runs. That should not go unnoticed. 6 runs in a lot of times is enough to win a ball game. 6 runs, 9 hits is nothing to be ashamed about. They chased pitchers all night when they were hitting early. It was great. It was great stuff. Carlos Rodon only pitched 2 1/3 innings. The things that let them down were the bullpen and the fielding. We got Cam Schlittler tomorrow. If the Blue Jays weren't afraid of Max Fried, they should not be afraid of Cam Schlittler. Tomorrow night's the night we do it. Tomorrow night's the night we go to the ALCS. I'll see you then at 7 o'clock. I'm only going to shout out your cities. Let's do a little shout out. Let me know where you watch from tonight. We'll be back tomorrow, but first, before I sign off here, you hear something in my background. What do you hear in the background? Let me know what you hear in the background, Robert. Before we do anything tonight, let me know where you watch from, and we are going to shout out your city. First of all, Austin said, I think I liked it better when it was 6-1. Ha, 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 Austin. Let me get Olay on. Thank you for being here. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be watching or listening, and I appreciate you for that. We had Denise in Sudbury. We had Montreal, Woodstock, Virginia, Regina, London, Ottawa, Sault Ste. Marie, Ottawa again, Scarborough, Kendra with the super chat shout out. Let's go Jays. Chatham, Ottawa, Japan, holy Japan, Edmonton, Gatineau, Alberta, Ecuador, wherever you are, all around the world. This was a lot of fun, and hopefully I will see you back tomorrow night for a Toronto Blue Jays victory. See you then. Good night from Toronto.